Hello, welcome to Garblag Games. I'm Leon the Keeper. We're playing Monster of the Week this week, and I think this is my first time GMing when we've not been in the studio, so it's been a few years. So Monster of the Week is a Powered by the Apocalypse game, part of kind of our ongoing series in the Anderson-verse. Nice characters, Agent Anderson, who corrals many different characters who are all different cast members on Garblag Games. So if you've seen some of our previous week's episodes, you'll know that we're all dipping in and out of that, but we're also dipping in and out of the GMing duties. Last week, Ben was our keeper, and everyone was going up against artificial intelligence type of creature, which I'm reminding you for reasons which will become clearer later on when we get to the introduction of the adventure. So, going to introduce wonderful players tonight. Nai, would you like to go first?
Hello there, I'm Nye. I play Agent Anderson, and he is, the professional. So he's like a Men in Black, not secret agent, like Men in Black, secret government kind of thing. And he's also the perpetually tired dad type, which is strange for me, but that's the affectation I have managed to
we love
affect.
it. We love the fact that Agent Dad is younger than all of us.
Yeah, exactly.
And
yeah, that's me.
Aaron?
Hey everybody, I'm Aaron, and I am playing Ichabod Rust today. He is the wrong. His family was killed horribly by a demonic force known as Granny Longlegs. His younger brother, Serrano, became spooky as Granny tries to take him over. And Ichabod has vowed to destroy monsters whenever and wherever he can. After the last time we played, I had botched enough rolls and earned enough experience to get another advancement. And so Ichabod has spent a lot of time with Agent Anderson, and he's starting to realize that he needs to be a little bit more well-rounded. He needs to be able to help out in these investigations a little better. So I took a +1 to cool to kind of more even out my stats, which were abysmal prior to this.
Yeah.
Very nice. That'll take the form of like a leather jacket.
You do get a leather jacket as an item. It gives you +1 armor.
Yep.
Not anything to cool though, which is a shame.
And Ben.
Hello, I'm Ben. I'm playing Aggie Wisbowski. Aggie is not becoming well-rounded in the slightest. I have just been able to afford another advance though, and I have taken Angel Wings from the Divine playbook.
Of course, yeah.
That's cool.
So now I'm a power-crazed, spell-slinging psychopath who can teleport.
Yeah, it's excellent.
That's beautiful.
For context,
No, go for it now.
No, I was just gonna say I have leveled up a couple of times, but it's just been boring stuff, which is just bonuses to stats. So like I think the last one I took was a +1 to tough, so he's now +3 tough. He's still not very sharp though. He's still quite bad at that, and I don't think I'm ever going to improve that. Oh wait, no. When I level up next time, he'll be 0. So that's
Impressive.
It's more shoot first, ask questions later.
Yeah, exactly.
Or shoot first, try to think of some questions to ask later.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Should done like this for 0 or something. I don't know.
Ben, your angel wings, are they always on display?
No. They're like have you seen Supernatural?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, the angels never really use their wings. Their wings only ever really show up when they're dead. The angel wings is the name for the teleportation effect.
Yeah.
So it's not actual angel wings that Aggie has. It's just that she has the ability to teleport like one of the divine would be able to.
The divine as a bat. What's the thing? A playbook is kind of meant to be like that kind of. I'm not a straight up god.
Yeah,
but
it's Castiel from Supernatural,
yeah,
isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, cool. begin prologue things.
In any, but the main reason I've taken it is so that we can shortcut travel encounters, and I can pop back and forth between groups as needed if we split up, which we have a bit of a tendency to do when there's more than 3 of us. Sometimes when there is only 3 of us.
Let's go. I'm just going to scribble out my notes where it says road trip. Hang
Oh.
on. Joke.
No, the Stanmobile is still good for road trips. After all, if I teleport, Stan can't pay for snacks.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, so prologue bits. Recently, the group encountered an artificial intelligence or something close to it, some very sophisticated computering things. So Billy, the resident flake conspiracy theorist for the group, had been in touch with all of his contacts and on the lookout for anything strange to do with machines and computations and anything wacky like that. And Agent Anderson, you got a call from Billy saying that there had been something flagged up in the town of Kingston Falls. Lots of, it seems, machines were going haywire. It was basically one of his contacts who lives there as part of an environmental activist group, said he thinks it's a precursor to Y2K or Skynet or something like that. The person is very, very not with it all the time due to certain substances and watches far too many films, so thinking maybe Skynet. And so you go around to Billy's to try and get the information, and then you're all going to go around together. But you open the door, as you want to do, because you're very familiar with Billy, and find Billy is actually standing there with a book called The History of Voodoo and a life-size sex doll. So you decide to just take the information that was by the side of the door, and you're going to leave Billy behind on this one. Yeah. So
I'm never opening my eyes again.
We let Billy do what Billy does in peace.
Don't shout. It's only 60% of what you think it looks like.
I don't wonder what the other 40 is now. My imagination wants to go there.
So you'll pop in the car and you're heading off to northern Maine type of area, to the town of Kingston Falls. On the way there, you learn it's recently become quite a logging community in the last few years. So there's lots of forest areas over there, and that's overseen. But it seems they're having trouble with lots of machines going haywire. Reports of there's a large amount of accidents coming into the hospitals, and they've seen police reports coming up of just unusually high numbers of accidents involving machines and mechanical devices, stuff going wrong, things breaking a lot more than it should do. And some people are worried because there is a nuclear power plant in the town, as well as the local sawmill that does all the logging locally there. But otherwise, it's been a pretty quiet town most of the time.
Yeah, we don't want to mix those up.
No.
No.
So, town's pretty open for you as you're driving into there. You're going to be getting there probably around sunset, dusk time.
Okay.
What do you think? What do you think, Agent Anderson?
Well, it's probably worth having a little look around, because honestly, all these small towns kind of blend together in my mind, and it always helps to know which one is haunted, which one is having a plague of werewolves, and which one just won the county fair. So it just, it helps to just get a lay of the land and getting a feel for what everyone is up to. So I think I can trust the pair of you to not destroy stuff while we do that. More kind of just
Yeah. I mean, I'll destroy stuff, but kind of when we need to, not until we need to.
Oh, okay. Well, how about we hit the watering hole first, wherever that may be? Probably a diner.
As long as we don't have to go to the sawmill at night.
Well, I don't know. It's the last time we went to a sawmill, it didn't end too badly. So
Agent Anderson.
Not for the tree monsters we were fighting. It ended quite badly for them. But that's I'm reminiscing.
That's the job. That's the job to end badly for them.
Agent Anderson, how much attention are you paying to driving while you're chatting to everyone about where you're going to be going?
Probably enough. I think he's paying enough attention not to cartwheel off the road.
Yeah.
I feel like there's
So
a hidden underlying meaning to that.
Maybe you're in the town of Kingston Falls and there's a four-way junction. Your light is green. And as you get onto it, you realise the cars left and right of you have not stopped.
Mm,
What are you going to do? If you carry on at this pace, the car to the side of you is definitely going to T-bone you.
Yeah, I know. I'm
We're in
just
America.
thinking,
What
like,
side are we driving on? I'm on that side of the road. There we go.
yeah, right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, like, I guess I stop. There's no one behind me, is there? Like, it's just me on this lane, if that makes sense.
Let's come much further back.
Oh, okay. Well, if I emergency stop, I'll
Emergency
probably
brake.
like, yeah, that's the word. You can tell I can drive
Yeah.
in real life. Yeah, so I'll probably like stop, but if the cars just whiz by and don't seem to let up, then I'll probably have to get out.
Other car swerves, blares its horn and swears at you. All the traffic's moving. Another car comes around you on the other lane and then drives into another car coming in that direction.
Oh gosh. Okay.
You've stopped okay. No one's run into the back of you. Were the other two of you wearing your seatbelts?
Oh yeah.
Aggie?
Ichabod's a safety first kind of guy.
I was more wondering about Aggie being rebellious.
Seatbelts aren't rebellion.
Yeah.
But I was standing by and starting to charge up a shield spell just in case.
Yeah. Seatbelts are rebellion in the same way that blunt force trauma to the head is rebellion.
Yeah.
Which is don't do don't want that happening.
Comes to your attention, the lights are green in all directions on the crossroad.
But are there still cars?
The cars are starting to be more careful as they realise that two cars over there have crashed. The drivers have got out and they're yelling at each other. No, they're pointing at the traffic light.
Right.
Well, if I knew anything about machines, I would say that we needed to plug some wires into the street lights and see why they did that. But I don't. So, Ichabod?
Hey, I'm no engineer, so traffic lights going on the fritz, that's outside of my area of expertise. But if this is just some more of what Billy was describing in that info he passed to Agent Anderson, yeah, maybe we just need to go find where the locals hang out and see what they're talking about.
I think that's the best step forward. As much as I would like to prod a traffic light, Aggie, I don't know how far that'll get us. I think we'll have to see if there's been other related electrical issues, and hopefully that will lead us away. So yeah, we'll drive a little bit more carefully, just to be on the safe side, since it does seem like people are having accidents at the moment, which is not the best.
Mm-hmm.
I will pull over to like a diner or just somewhere people will congregate.
Yeah, there's a bar you can see up ahead, looks quite friendly and open, called the Old Prop. It's got like a big old propeller outside there.
How old is Aggie again?
16, 17.
Old enough that we're not gonna have to like.
I'll go find a mall or something.
But it's dusk. I wouldn't have brought it up if it was daytime because there's no issue with that. But it's fine. I'm sure we have guns. I mean, actually, that's a bad way of resolving an issue. Don't shoot people, Aggie, or use magic. We'll fix this problem. Fuck it. We'll go in and
knives only. I understand.
I regret it.
You see Ichabod take his 9mm out, but he loosens his enchanted dagger and its sheath. He's like, "All right, knives only. I'm there with you, Agent Anderson."
Oh boy. Okay. Well, we'll park up and we'll head into the bar. Hopefully, no one's going to raise a stink about a minor.
Is there anywhere nearby where kids might congregate?
The bar also sells food, so they've got a food license.
Oh, okay, cool. Then
and I'm only familiar with UK law, which means that it would be okay for you to be in there.
Yeah, no, I would be. I know.
Yeah, I think it's just if I try and buy any drinks, I'm totally getting carded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of bars here. A lot of bars here in the U.S. are bar/restaurants where kids can come in. They just can't go up to the bar.
Yeah.
And can't order drinks.
Pretty much the same as here.
Yeah.
I was doing it more as a bet, but I realized that it came off too serious midway through. So I'm like, oh geez. Okay, but yeah, we'll head in then.
So you go on in. There seems to be lots of old like World War II aircraft memorabilia kind of thing up around the walls and stuff. A few pictures. There's a few old boys sitting at a table having a drink. A couple of randos over at the bar. Someone seems to be working on a few of the pumps. They seem to be having issues. Stuff's not working properly. There's a leak in the roof. That looks like that's probably quite new. There's buckets on the floor. Trying to sort that out.
Okay.
And there's a sheriff sitting up at the other end with a soft drink because on duty.
Of course, yes, naturally. I'm gonna kind of not like whisper, but like just say kind of quietly to the pair of them, like, okay, just disperse, talk to the people that you'll think you'll get the most out of. I'm gonna go talk to the bar staff, like the actual owner of the bar. If you guys just talk to whoever strikes your fancy, and yeah, we'll see how this goes with my not great stats and charisma, or not charisma, I should say. No, charm. It is charm. Yeah, but yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, Ichabod.
Ichabod would order a cup of black coffee from the bar, and then he would go sit across from the sheriff.
Aggie.
Are there
Mind
any
if I
like pinball machines or game machines or anything like that?
Yeah, they got like an arcade in the corner.
Okay, I'll head over to the arcade.
It's I'm trying to suddenly think of a 90s arcade game. It's a retro bar, so they've got an older game than that. What I can think of. Ninja Turtles. Okay. But you got to be careful. It's the one with the 4 knobs on it, so you can actually play all 4 turtles at once. But you only want to activate the one, because otherwise you're one person, you won't be able to play all 4 at once, and it'll just be really awkward. So don't get that wrong. Agent Anson, you up to the bar? Barmaid's like, what you having?
Yeah. So flash my special badge that I don't let people see for too long, because they'll realize it literally just says agent. Yeah. I don't even think the badge is at real metal. It could be plastic, but it doesn't matter. It gets the message across.
So something official. You guys hear about all the some folks have been saying there's terrorists in town.
Oh dear, that's terribly bad. See, yes, we're with the agency, in charge of electrical faults, with towns, with their grid systems, and to make sure that this place, didn't have a black or anything. That would be awful. So we're just asking questions relating to how the power situation's been, or if there's been any malfunctions with other things. If you could fill us in, that'd be really great. We're talking to a lot of small businesses today.
Yeah, well, all our electrics have been fine. It's just everything mechanical that seems to be breaking. Like stuff's just falling apart. It's really, really odd. I don't know if it's just like stuff's at the end of its life, like everything breaks at once, because like all the pumps are installed at the same time. So I guess maybe kind of it made sense, but everyone in town says they're having trouble. Like my car wouldn't start today, and then found out that the exhaust had been like detached, and like, well, that just can't happen normally. It's really, really bizarre. Folks are getting a bit kind of spooked out by it. Others are just saying it's just like kids, and the environmentalist groups always get the blame. But I know a few of them. I think they're pretty good kids. I don't think they'd really stoop so low as to like messing with everything. So.
Well, I mean, we're. We cover all kinds of stuff. It's just a kind of general, how working for the government is, you do one job, you're actually doing 12. So me and my team will have a look around. Mechanical yourself.
For us, we've not had any electrical stuff. I know over the hardware store, they lost all their power earlier today.
Oh, so, my goodness, that's not good. Well, I mean, it could be malpractice as well. Like we don't know, but we don't want to cast out either. So please don't. That's out of context. Yeah,
it's not the scale of it. Like that's what I just don't get. Like, how could someone be like? We've been here all day, and this stuff keeps breaking down, and we're not seeing anyone messing with it. But
well, thank you for your information. We'll have a look around. Sometimes these things, it all happens at once. Just a big domino of shits do. Pretend like that analogy made sense.
I've not heard that expression before. Where's that from?
Nowhere. That was just something I made up. I didn't know where I was going.
Oh,
with
I like that. I think I'll use that. I'm trying to write a word of the day calendar. Yeah, so
phrase of the- oh my
someday
goodness.
it's just a big domino of shit stew. She
I don't
writes
know.
it on a napkin and puts it in her pocket. She's
Well,
got
there you
to go serve some other customers, and then nearly slips and falls as a new leak seems to have sprung up in the bar, but she grabs herself in time.
All right.
Ichabod.
Ichabod's sitting across from the sheriff. He's like, Sheriff, my name is Ichabod Rust. I'm a consultant for the agency. And he points over at Agent Anderson.
Oh,
That's Agent Anderson.
Oh,
We're
it's
with the federal government.
good to see you guys. You're with the U.S. Forestry Service, yeah?
No, we're monster hunters.
Oh,
And we're here tracking some bizarre mechanical circumstances that may be related to some sort of monstrous infestation. But we're keeping it on the down low. You understand why.
he kind of sighs inwardly. Like maybe he's heard these sort of things before.
Oh dear.
Yeah, well, okay,
They-
Slick. Thanks.
They won't let me have a badge. He has a badge.
You don't say.
And we want to know what we can do to help your town get fixed. And then he looks over at Agent Anderson and gives him the big thumbs up.
The sheriff looks over at Agent and sees the.
They will
the
let him
double
have one of
thumbs
those
up.
little bracelets with his name on it, though.
Well, I do like the
paper
idea that
ones.
he looks over for confirmation. He's like, that guy looks like he knows him, but he's not entirely sure how happy he is about that information. You're doing a good job. Oh,
See what I mean,
just like
Sheriff?
yeah, he's hearing just bits of it, like we're monsters. Like, oh no, oh dear.
The sheriff
So,
turns back to you. He's
So when did this all start, Sheriff? When did all the machines start going haywire?
yeah. Well, you ask me. It's I'm not entirely sure who you are, but I mean, if you're offering to help, we've always used an extra pair of hands. Ask me. It's mass hysteria, and another leak starts behind him. He's folks just get wound up. You get a couple of big things go wrong, coincidence, and then everyone just starts to go crazy, and then they blame everything on ghosts and goblins and all kinds of things. Jerry's convinced his house has got a poltergeist in it. He's given me 3 calls today because his dishwasher opened itself and he fell over it. I mean,
You say Jerry
yeah, he lives over
has
the
a
west side.
has
of
a
town.
spectral infestation in his house. Do you have an address for Jerry, Sheriff?
I bet Jerry would love to see you. I will happily give you Jerry's address. You can go talk
That's
to him and stop him
fantastic.
phoning me all the time.
See what I can do.
But yeah,
what was the first major breakdown?
I guess they had a lot of accidents up at the logging site. They had quite a few injuries coming down into town. Quite a few of the guys get hurt. I know them. They get drunk quite regular on Fridays. And I lock them up in the tank and then notice they weren't down drinking one Friday and found out they were up in the hospital there. There was apparently, they've had quite a few major breakdowns, but it's got to be the Green Defenders. It's the local environmental group we've got up there. They're always, well, they don't usually interfere with the equipment that much. They might block the road. This is kind of next step stuff for them if they're starting to sabotage equipment, trying to hurt people.
But none of the Green Defenders are dryads, to the best of your knowledge.
I don't know what a dryad is, but you mean them fellas with cloaks that worship trees? I mean, they're pretty close to being.
Well, those are druids, and they're more like that little girl over there. She is freaky as shit.
It's going to turn and look at Aggie and check that Aggie doesn't have any alcohol. Comes back like that seems fine.
I was actually hoping it'd be a DDR machine. Just
let me get you that address for Jerry. You can go bust his ghosts.
Fantastic, Sheriff.
That he's got there. So, your monster hunters look like. You say you work for the government?
Oh yeah, we work for the agency.
Right.
Like I said, I'm just kind of a contractor. We get put, but he's the government man right there.
Look around.
Agent Anderson, come over here. Show the sheriff your badge.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's gonna come over like, yeah, hello there, sheriff. Show the badge. Put the
Oh, you
badge
do
back in
have
the
a badge.
pocket. I do. Yes, I do have a badge. And yes, we do work for the government. Ichabod here is a consultant of ours, a hired
Do you know?
to
Do you know anyone in the forestry service?
yeah, I do actually. I know a couple guys. We've done a bit of work for forestry before.
Cool. Get them to
Yeah,
reply
if
to my
you- if-
faxes, will you?
Yeah, no, it'll be that knucklehead Jerry always slacking off. But it's a tough job. So I don't hold it too much against
I
them.
got confused. I got a guy in
uh,
town called Jerry.
Hey, it's a common name. It's short for Jeremy, I think. But yeah, so this is why HRC could never return to civilian life. He's an awful conversationalist. He's literally like small talk with businessmen level of yeah. So hopefully Ichabod here's not been causing any issues, and yeah, well,
No, he's
we're
fine. He
here
said
to-
you guys are gonna go fix the town for me. All this, get everybody to calm down. 'Cause
We're
they
we're,
think it's
we're troubleshooters. The guys up top throw us in just whenever.
Who called you guys in out of interest?
Oh, another consultant. He is an interesting character, but he's been doing research after we took down an artificial intelligence into mechanical manifestations.
It was the Forestry Commission. They gave us a call.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry, yeah, that's right. Agent Anderson, the forestry department called us.
But like when small towns like this get like run into issues, and so many at first time, they usually a bunch of agencies call us all at once. So that's why we go by the agency, because it's just like, it's just easier to say like a bunch of people. As I said, budget cuts, just easier to send some folk.
If you want him to believe you, you're going to have to roll. But otherwise, I'm happy to just say he doesn't believe you, but he doesn't care.
Well, yeah, because that's the thing with like manipulate someone. It's like, I'm not trying to, like, if he's like, oh no, I need you, like, I'm going to arrest you kind of thing. Like, if you don't, like, then yeah, totally, I'll roll. But if he's just like, if it's his give a shit-ometer, then I'm
Randy's
fine
been
if
getting
he
a lot of
doesn't.
phone calls lately.
Yeah.
He
Oh yeah,
doesn't
if he's
need
just like,
this.
I don't give a shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
happy to not roll.
Sheriff, why were you contacting? What's the content of the faxes you're sending to the forestry department?
Oh well, yeah, no, the logging company. I don't know if the Green Defenders. They're headed up by a woman called Kate Beringer, local thorn in my side. She means well, but she's out there monitoring them to make sure they cut in the areas they're designated. Obviously, as you guys know, by the Forestry Service. And
Naturally, yeah.
when they're always cutting outside their area, and she's reporting on them, and they're working their guys long hours. So she comes in with complaints all the time for me, and it's a federal issue. I can't do anything about it. When they roll into town drunk and mess up things, then I do something about it. But all I can do is have the reports filed, and I fax them on over. I actually have a load in my my desk drawer filled out constantly, 10 just with her name and Der Deckenwald, the logging company, just all their details filled out, just so she can write a complaint on it, and I just fax it on up. But she must file about 3 or 4 complaints a week.
And where can we find this Miss Beringer?
Same street as Jerry, and he gestures at the napkin he gave you with Jerry's address. There's a note that says, Jerry, they're here to help.
Oh, and by the way, Agent Anderson, Jerry apparently has a ghost problem.
Gotcha. Right. Okay. Yeah. That checks out. Yeah. We
you
often.
want to swing on by the office, I'll give you all the rest of them to sort out. We've got
We wouldn't want to impose on local authority or anything. You really should.
No,
have,
please,
the final say.
get
No,
reports
please.
of Bigfoot up in those trees quite often. Little goblin fellas around the place apparently. Phantom hitchhiker, I think, we had last week. That was
Very, very full schedule of
Agent Anderson, if we have extra time, can we look for the Sasquatch?
You know what? We'll see what Aggie's up to, and we can talk. All right?
Okay.
Yeah. And he's gonna kind of usher, not usher, because like obviously a Kabog can leave on his own accord, but it's just like, yeah, let's go find Aggie, kind of thing. Also, yeah. Because I imagine his shit Omar is going to eventually go back into, wait a minute, once we'll say something incriminating at this point. Yeah.
Aggie.
Aggie is currently trying to ruin the high score on a pinball machine. Nice old mechanical pinball machine. And,
Okay.
she's not entirely cheating. She's cheating. She's absolutely cheating. Like there may be a little air barrier just occasionally pops into place to stop the ball from disappearing. And so, yeah, she's racking up the points.
Okay.
Ding, 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 tilt.
So you're playing it, and as you're getting it there, you do start to get really, really high score. You're starting to clock it over that 100,000 limit. It's an old machine, so it has quite a low score on it. And suddenly the numbers aren't playing ball anymore. Like they're not. Is it an LED one, or is it like a flicky?
Wait, it's probably a flicky counter.
Flicky flat counter. So as it goes, you realise it's not counting up properly anymore. They're starting to spin and flick wrong according to what you're doing on the machine. And you still, as it just starts kind of flicking crazy, you're pretty sure it gives the calculator code for boobs, and then flicks away really quickly, and then just comes up like 101 space, like 101. And then
So when it starts doing that, that's kind of what I was trying to get it to do. I want to try and read a bad situation, but while doing so, blaze open my third eye.
Okay. Go for
to
that.
take in extra information.
I like how it's like read a bad situation. It's like read a mildly inconveniencing and kind of immature situation. Like,
it's
I don't feel like
focus.
threat.
The bad situation is the focus. This is happening on a
know.
global scale, so I wanted to have a contained local environment in which I could simulate it.
I just imagine like in a ghost, like, one of those like ghost movies where it's like, oh, the ghost is affecting stuff. You look at like your calculator and it's made boobs, and you're like, I'm not scared by that. I mean, I don't want you doing that to my shit, but like, really, that's the top.
Okay, so I got a 9.
Cool.
Which gets me a hold, and I can see invisible things.
Okay. So do you?
So if there is anything
get to ask me a
invisible
question, or you're just looking for
affecting it?
invisible things?
Well, I was looking for invisible things as well, but from the question list, what I want to say is, are there any dangers we haven't noticed? Because it ties in with these looking for invisible things.
So in terms of dangers you haven't noticed, everything you are suddenly made aware of is very health and safety related. Like, you suddenly realize where there's certain pools of water and like a mop, someone could quite easily slip on it, hit the mop, which is then going to cascade and hit the hot pot of kettle, which is probably going to fall over a guy sitting at the bar. And you suddenly start to notice there's a few things like that. A lot of the things that are looking like these sort of weird inconveniences are starting to cascade in a certain way. But also, whereas there are no invisible things, but there might be something moving very, very fast, something small inside the machine. Maybe more than one thing in the bar.
Huh. That's interesting.
Now I'm worried. That's good.
So that's my little investigation while they're doing their talking to the sheriff investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, if nothing else, we'll probably come over to Aggie just to corroborate stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm going to try and get it to stop on boobs.
Well, yeah, I'll come over. It's like, really, Aggie? Really? Boobs?
Can't do that. That's not physically possible.
Okay, right. Well, if
Look, the numbers are upside down.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just don't want this to turn into the cherry pie thing where you now need to go to every arcade cabinet and put boobs in it because we'll be
Well,
here
I
all
do
day.
now.
Oh, well, of course, naturally. Well, anyway, we've the pair of us, Ichabod and I, we talked a little bit with some of the people. What have you found? Just if anything.
Entropic chaos effect. If you look around, the accidents that are happening are all consequential. So, and then I want to say, point at something that's about to happen that I've picked up on. So the thing that you just said, watch, she steps on that, which causes a slip, which spills the kettle, which puts hot coffee on the guy at the bar, and then have it happen.
Oh, so you're going to let that happen?
So yeah, I'm going to let it happen
Yeah.
just to prove that it's
So the
gonna happen.
barmaid
no,
comes along.
no.
She's coming up with a new bucket to put under a leak. She can't see the water on the floor. So she slips on that. And as she slips, her legs come up and kick this mop over, which then flicks across and basically upends the coffee pot, which then tips over onto the bar. And the guy doesn't get fully splashed. It kind of drips down onto his legs and he gets up really sharpish. It's like, ah. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, oh, what a horrible accident. It's like, oh,
There's
quick, get the mop.
something affecting entropy, the natural tendency towards decay of all things. Consequence and accident. Also, there's small things moving really fast. There was one in the machine and there's a couple others in the bar. I don't want to say gremlins, but I think it's gremlins.
Okay.
Ooh.
Fuck,
Aren't those old World War II?
World War II fighter
Fake
pilot
creatures?
things.
Yeah.
Yeah. We realized what they were. For the longest time, we just kind of always assumed that it was like, an asshole breaking your stuff, but it turns out it was gremlins.
Yeah,
So
but
I've
I
not
always
had to
thought
deal
that
with it.
gremlins were like yay big, and these things are only like this big. So micro gremlins.
Oh God, that's a horrifying thought. Fucking the agency's not been the same since we had that gremlin infestation in the mid-80s. So I swear we still haven't found all the socks.
Well,
But
maybe we
look,
should.
I'm not a physicist, but I would say that the tendency towards chaos is dramatically increased in this localized environment. Entropic decay seems to be sped up and enhanced, so everything's breaking.
Okay.
Are you guys good to roleplay for 30 seconds? Because my mouse battery's died and I need to go get my analog mouse so that
You crack on.
when it comes to the end of the stream, I can actually end the stream.
Yeah, it's no bother. Don't worry.
Well, I think
Okay.
Agent Anderson, I don't know, but the sheriff did say that everything seemed to start up at the logging camp, and pointed at this Kate Barringer as a possible source of information. Apparently,
Yeah,
she
definitely.
lives close to the ghost-infested Jerry's house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's probably not ghosts, right? You tend not to get multiple supernatural environments colliding in a single locus. So if anything, it's probably gremlins in this guy's house as well. Micro gremlins.
I
Well,
guess, yeah.
That's
Well,
not as fun as dealing with ghosts, but all right.
yeah. But,
Easier to hit
okay.
though.
That's a good point.
Depends on the ghost and the gremlin. Well, I mean, I'm happy to investigate both things. I think the main thing we need to do is we need to be quick, because if what you're saying is correct, Aggie, and I don't disbelieve you, I just like that was a very uncanny sequence of events that just occurred in front of me. So
I didn't do it.
yeah.
I just told you it was going to happen.
I know, I trust you. It's okay. So that's what I'm thinking. If we talk to, I would prefer to talk to the Green Defenders first, just because, I work with a lot of billies in a week, and not immediately jumping to a potential billy is just, it just would give me peace of mind.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
that-
absolutely right. We shouldn't talk to the weird, crazy man with gremlins in his house. We should talk to the eco-terrorists.
Exactly.
Hey, look, you know what the
I'm-
agency's policy is. We don't get in the midst of all the mundane stuff. That's for them to sort out. We just deal with the supernatural stuff.
But I just want to throw out there that we've had a lot of problems with that Dryad Corporation recently, and here we are in a logging town with a sawmill and environmental activists. It's a little bit too close for comfort.
I did send some calls to the agency about Dryad. However, that's handled by a different sector of the agency. There's a lot of it's difficult.
Okay,
It's just-
sure. Whatever.
yeah,
You're the
it's-
boss.
yeah.
Where are we going, Stan? Just tell us where we're going.
We're gonna go to the Green Defenders first.
We are your
check
loyal
out
and
the-
obedient retainers who will happily serve your investigation in whatever way you see fit.
Okay, your car
Hey,
battery's dead.
Agent Anderson, you know that that she's being sarcastic with you, though, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I'm picking
it's
up on
actually-
that.
Yeah, it's more terrifying hearing that come from Aggie's mouth than any of the other things I've heard. And I've heard a lot of terrifying things from Aggie. Okay.
Oh God, yeah, that time I learned Sumerian, that was fun.
Yeah, well, that demon was not happy.
Is
to
there
be
a
in this
problem
plane.
with the car? It doesn't seem to be turning over. It's like the battery's dead or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's all right. I've got a map to Kate Behringer's house.
Who wants to
on
push
this
it?
napkin?
That's a napkin. It's not a map. It's a
Yeah,
napkin.
That's actually why HS was like, because he was like, I'm not pushing it. That's not
You're
happening.
in charge. Who do you want to push the car?
No.
You could probably bump start it.
No. We'll walk. It's fine.
Okay.
One of these days, I'll need to get the agency to fit it out with some means of prevention of being tampered with gremlins with, but that's again a different group.
Yeah.
It's okay. A good walk. It's good for the body. Good training.
That's a good hike. Yep. So
Do you want me to take the assault rifle, Agent Anderson?
You know what? I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that I imagine these folks are not going to be super cool with strangers walking up with heavy firepower. So how about you just stick to the things you can hide on your person, and I think we'll be good. You know,
Stan,
got
do you
you,
have a
Agent
forestry hat in the back of the car?
I'm sure I have something that looks.
Can we
vaguely
maybe
like
stick a forestry hat on Ichabod?
Yeah, let me have a look. You'll just like rummage around.
Yeah, you
There
got
you
one
go.
in there, right?
Now you're
That
official.
works. Yeah.
U.S.
There
Forest
you go.
Service.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like
Ah.
it's like a.
He's got this nice forestry hat on, and you see he's got a sweatshirt and a jean jacket and old Levi's and a pair of combat boots. He's like, yeah, they'll buy this. That's-
I'm sure they will because. Yeah,
What a
now I'm
hat.
thinking about it. They're probably not going to be super cool with somebody that looks like a Fed, but let's just go with it. So yeah, we'll head over there. We'll make haste before the gremlins. I'm just going to call them gremlins. For all I know, they're fairies. I guess
Yeah.
not that different, but semantics.
Okay, so you're walking over. You got to head past the sawmill because the current you're heading to the camp. Sorry, where the Green Defenders are.
Yeah, we're heading to the defenders.
Yeah.
I like how you were just like, you have to go past the sawmill. Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, I've got a little map, and you have to go past the sawmill to get there. As you're going, you kind of realize, basically, you're getting to the base of the road that starts heading off. It's the trail up into the forest, basically, and it's where all the logging vehicles go up there, and they'll start to spring off on like access roads. But a large pickup truck comes by and pulls up alongside you, and there's a woman driving it, and she clocks the U.S. Forest Service hat, and it's like, "Oh, you're from the U.S. Forest Service?"
That's what the hat says. I'm Ichabod Rust.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Kate. I'm with the Green Defenders. I've been filing reports for you guys for like a few months now. It's good to
yes.
see you finally here. You heading up to see the site? Where's your car?
Our car's battery is dead, so we're walking because we in the forestry service believe in physical fitness.
I believe that as well. And yeah, it's crazy. Folks are having their cars break down like loads. It's really insane. Like I was talking to Ernie, who runs the breakdown shop, and he hasn't got enough tow trucks to get everyone out. Why don't you hop in, because you're probably here to see me as well, and I can show you all the shit they're doing up on there.
Fantastic. What do you think, Agent Anderson?
Well, you know what? I think that yeah, I think we should head up there. Talk about these things. We've been getting the reports about the disturbances. We've also been getting the reports about the misconduct relating to the forestry, which obviously is not cool. So we're just wanting to get a bit of information.
Yeah, and I can say I run the Green Defenders. I'm Kate Beringer. It's nice to meet you. We absolutely don't do anything. Like, we used to maybe like block the roads just to slow down the vehicles coming up,
Oh,
but we
yeah,
would
yeah,
never
don't-
like the incident they had with the chainsaws like that. That wasn't us at all.
Yeah,
just
don't
driving up the
worry
road.
about it.
Tell me more of this chainsaw incident.
Oh God.
So apparently there was a guy was like chopping some of the I think they call them the chocks, and basically the chain disconnected as it came round, but then like the safety mechanism didn't engage to stop the chainsaw, so the chain just whipped round and it just hit this guy that was standing across from him, and it cut him pretty bad. He's in the
Now
hospital.
that's much too hard to set up. You'd have to have like a fairly basic engineering degree to that. It's much easier to just spike the trees, right?
I'd say we don't do anything like that. Obviously, we're
Of course.
not going to interfere with their equipment.
Of course, yeah. No, yeah.
No
We
matter-
don't spike the trees.
No matter how much they deserve it. But I actually ran the NGO, the Green Defenders, so we don't condone any type of activism thing. But no, they've been cutting out their official areas for ages. I've got maps. I know where they're meant to be cutting, what's official and what's not, and I'm checking. I can see that they're going way outside their area. They're hitting this specific route. It seems really, really strange. Like if you look at it as a circle, and she takes her hands off the wheel and then grabs them again. She's trying to gesture with her hands while she's driving.
Yeah,
And it's like
yeah.
they're like cutting a straight line. I think maybe they're trying to make an access road to get to more lumber somewhere else, but it's really odd.
Interesting.
You got a
And
map?
In the
Map.
glove box.
Yeah, it's weird. Like
Ichabod,
they have
Ichabod, pass me the map.
they have like all these lines going away. I wish we knew like there's a helicopter view. It's like a pentagram or something. It's like, oh no.
That's totally what I'm hoping to find. I'm almost 100% sure that I'm not going to find it. But one day, one glorious day, someone will be carving a gigantic pentagram into the ground and I'll feel vindicated.
There's no giant pentagram.
No.
It's very linear, lots of lines. You can see the hill was just going all the gradients and stuff on it.
If you
And there's just
tried
kind of
really
marked out
hard,
lines.
could you make it look like a Futhark rune, maybe?
No.
God
I
damn
mean, you can do anything if you try really hard to imagine it. I mean, that's the wonder of the human mind. We can convince ourselves of anything. How useful that convincing.
I must admit, I did once completely derail a Conspiracy X game with my demon-possessed, obsessive character who made everything look like pentagrams, and he transcribed a map across and then drew a pentagram, and everybody was like, "Oh, it is a pentagram. He's right for a change." No, I'd moved the points.
Yeah, of course, naturally. Okay.
so, Miss Behringer, so you're not an eco-terrorist. You're run a non-profit to prevent the deforestation. Is that what you're telling us?
Yeah.
I got that right.
Yeah,
I
I've
got that
been doing it since I was a child. My grandfather was all about protecting the forest. Like he was really big community in the town. And then when Dirk Denvold moved in a few years ago, he was really big on like, I'd never seen him so passionate about something before. Like he was always a really nice person and he always really loved nature. Like we used to come hiking up here all the time. He brought me up here loads. But when they moved in, he was really, really against them and tried to stop them moving in. And I don't know. There's no evidence for it, but I think maybe they maybe quite illegally got set up in here and got their permits. But not to be dismissive of the Forest Service, but you guys don't have the best reputation at protecting the forest as you do as kind of serving the logging industries. And she tried to reel herself back in because she doesn't want to offend you as you do work for the Forest Service. But she said an awful lot of horrible things about the Forest Service in the past.
It's, you know what? It's that's fair. That's a fair issue. You know how government is. It's always more interested in big business and keeping
It's more red
the
tape than
fat
green
cats.
trees.
Yeah.
do you call
that's
it like
quite true.
big log?
She
No,
ignores you.
no, because they don't have any. They sell the logs for firewood.
Okay, what was the name of the logging company that you said came in here?
Dirk Denvold. I think it's German, so I think they'd say Dirk Denvold, but folks around here we just say Dirk Denvold. and it's the CEO is Mr. Dirkdenwald, Tobias. He's a real arsehole. I'll be honest, this logging firm killed my granddad. Like, he was campaigning so hard against it, and I'm pretty sure they literally killed him. He was found dead in the sawmill. Apparently, he broke in. But yeah.
You got any hippies or new agers in your organization?
We don't really like labels, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely we get all sorts in the group of all age groups, but definitely amongst some of the youngsters might come into that. Do you guys want to come to the camp, or do you want to see like the logging area? Like, they're still logging now. They're going through the night right now. They seem to be really plowing on.
Logging at night? That's dangerous and stupid.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, you just summarized most big business. Dangerous and stupid. And lack of worker safety.
Like hell for leather in the last week. They've just started going crazy and just like 24/7 logging. They even got like some special exemption permits to go on
everybody
Sundays.
Else's?
Temporary team huddle, which is probably not going to be a very good team. I think we should go to the logging area to see what they're doing, because I think they've done something very bad. Yeah, well, like back.
You know my feeling about nighttime chainsaws.
Yes,
but surely you're the boss.
That you're banned from them. I mean, you're banned from conventional daytime chainsaw interactions, but the nighttime ones especially.
Maybe we need to figure out where they're trying to get to so quickly.
Yes, exactly. Yes, if that would be okay, could you please take us to the logging? We can jump off like a little bit before. Like,
yeah,
we're actually there if you don't want to.
I was going to say, we kind of have to. We're not actually allowed up there, so I'm going to bring us on one of their old access roads and park up.
Don't worry. No, don't worry about it.
Yeah, no grounding.
Dan has a badge. We could go anywhere.
Sneak in all the time. So she kind of diverts off these like this sort of side road that kind of all the roads kind of branch off as they go up, and pulls up on one, and she's like, right, if we.
This is one of those murder roads, isn't it? This is where people go to get murdered.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. You're right, Aggie. I'm not saying that I've ever murdered anybody on a road like this, but it would be a good place for it.
I just remember we're in polite company.
Yeah,
oh, that's right. Miss Behringer.
Let's not discuss the murdering of people. We've got a very
we're
nice
here to stop
person.
the murdering of people because we're the good guys.
That's
I'm
right.
just saying this is like murder road.
Yes,
This is the kind of dark road into the forest where you find bodies.
There hasn't been a murder in Kingston Falls since my granddad.
So. Yeah, it's.
I'm sorry for your granddad. He sounds like he was a great guy.
He really was. Thank you. And she.
I mean, I can try and get in touch with his spirit for you if you want.
Yeah, no, Aggie, no. Remember the cat. Just no talking to the dead.
So she signals kind of to be quiet as you get close there. Although you don't really need why you need to be that quiet, because you can hear that this chainsaws is very, very loud. And you see loads of like big light rigs set up. You're kind of on the edge of a clearing. It's just a big logging operation going on. She has brought you in on the other side. They're cutting on the far side. She's sensible. She's not brought you in on the side where all the delimmers are. And you see... Sorry, Agent Edson?
No, I was going to say, I was impressed with how calm this woman is. She has 3 people talking about murder, summoning the dead, and like... she must
I'm a little bit more concerned about how calmly Leon used the phrase delimmer. I think if anybody's going to be doing any murder right now, it's Leon.
So
Delimmers in the woods.
I was watching logging videos on YouTube for 30 minutes, thank you, as research for this game.
No, the research is very well.
Delimmers are terrifying. I had no idea they could cut trees down so fast.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it is so.
Oh my goodness! So you can see the delimmers operating, and there's people like getting skids, and then they're lifting up onto trucks to take the all the trunks away as they're cutting down. They're just sort of ploughing through.
What are they using the wood for?
So it started off mainly as general lumber, and then now they start moving into this new thing called biomass. It's kind of like the wood version of coal. They claim it's renewable, but they're still like just wiping out the trees because they regrow the trees is their argument. But when they start cutting in areas they're not meant to, they're not regrowing those trees. And it's not just about the trees. There's so much like ecosystems here, and there's animals. Like there's thousands of species of animals that live all up in here. Like
They have a nuclear power plant on the other side of town.
oh, don't tell me. We're like between a rock and a hard place with our protest groups trying to like get the nuclear power plant shut down and here, although the nuclear plant's just kind of a waste of time because now they built it, it's just there.
Yeah. This needs to go. Oh, Jesus Christ. We've only just...
Getting rid of it is the problem.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I don't envy the pressures that you're under as the leader of all this. And
Is their
thank you.
biogas thing local?
Biomass? No, I think they
The biomass, not biogas.
I think
Those are
they
different.
sell it all over the place. Like the lumber's not
Yeah.
really that local. They
Okay, so there's like a local biomass plant as well.
the sawmill down there makes it, yeah.
Because how much power does one town need?
Oh yeah, no, they sell the pellets just all
Well,
over
I
the
think-
place. I don't know where other places
I
in
think
the
Aggie,
states.
they put it this far out here so that if anything goes wrong, yeah, which isn't great.
As you're
yeah.
chatting, you
Okay.
suddenly hear some shouts going up, and you look over one of the
Oh.
delimmers. So if it's in a delimmer, it's got like a V-shaped arm. It can grab the trunk with. It's got like a chainsaw that chops, and these big rollers that kind of roll the trunk through, so it can chop it off in sections as it comes. And you suddenly see it starts. The trunk zips forwards and backwards really fast, and some people shouting, "Ah!" And the guy in the truck, you can kind of make out panicking, can't get out of the cab. And then the arm starts going backwards and forwards on the delimmer. And so it suddenly seems to wind up, shoots the trunk backwards, and then hurls it like a javelin across, and it smashes through another delimmer that's about like 200 yards away. It just launches this huge log, and it just smashes through the cab. And the guy gets out just in time and completely destroys it. And it's like, that's... All the chainsaw noise kind of stops. And guys go rushing over there to see what happened. And someone goes to help the other guy get out of the cab in the one that was going crazy and haywire.
Okay, well, looks
Well,
like
You
That's
don't
not
see
meant to
that
happen,
every
is it?
day.
I was actually just about to say.
And
No,
two,
no.
I think I just invented a new extreme sport.
Well, before even contemplating what that implies, A. Johnson's going to go over in the kind of like the mess and take on a third job. Ooh, all the jobs Agent Anderson is pretending that he has any qualifications to talk about. It's like, whoa, health and safety here. What's going on here? This is a routine inspection. I just saw that happening. What the fuck? Jesus Christ, is this man okay?
There's a guy, it looks like the gaffer, he's got a different coloured jacket on to everyone else. He's called Bob. His name's on a
Bob,
different screen.
You know, he was a builder, but he got so much of a hassle that he moved into
I didn't look
forestry.
up the name of the American Health and Safety Executive. You guys are with the HSC, we're going to pretend it's the same as the UK.
It would be
Yeah,
OSHA.
no, yeah,
OSHA.
OSHA.
OSHA. Yeah, we're
You're with OSHA?
Short for
yeah,
oh
well-
shit.
What are you doing here,
What you
Solid
say
at
when
night?
things break.
Well, see, this is why OSHA has like, you know, secret investigations into health and safety practices. Because if that guy got caught in there, like, I mean, that's a write up right there. So, you know, you should be, you know, actually, you know, you're coming with me. We're going to talk. I want to get all the lists, names, the people here. I want to know everything that's been going on here because, you know, I see some violations. I could just stand around looking. There are violations there. He should have double high vis on. That guy should have another helmet. He's not got enough, and that guy's shoes untied. So I mean, you know,
They'll look down at the guy's shoes.
the guy's like, oh shit. He's got Velcro on or something. Like, wait a minute.
You've suitably bewildered Bob. He's very terrified of the OSHA executive who's coming.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. You're totally allowed to call out my bush and say I have to roll charisma and manipulate someone if you want, Leon. It's okay.
Yeah. Let's go for a roll. That feels more game official.
God.
But I really
Yeah,
liked how
I've
you did it.
turned-
To be fair. So.
I've turned into the teacher's pet. Teacher, you forgot to give us that 12-page homework that you said. Oh, nah, you. But I did it to myself. Right. Well, I get to open my dice. Special dice. 2d6. Okay, +1. Don't fail me now. It didn't fail me. That's an 11.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I'm very happy. 5 and a 5 with a 1.
Okay, so
yeah.
he's willing to help you because he doesn't want to get into trouble. So
Exactly.
that's kind of like the
Yeah.
payoff for that.
And
So
I'm in a suit. Yeah. I'm not wearing a helmet or high vis. So I don't even know my own safety bullshit. But semantics. Okay, so yeah, I mean, like, what's going on here?
Maddie, take care of that. Yeah, I mean, there's been loads of accidents lately. I mean, did our own health and safety guy call you in? Did Terry get you here?
Of course, Terry brought me in. Like, and I was phoning that guy, and he was just reading me out some of the stuff, and I was aghast. I came down here lickety split.
Oh, Mr.
tell you that right
Durkenwald's
now.
not gonna like that. He's I mean, I guess because Terry's told you. Like, he said we're not meant to talk about any of the accidents, but it's like guys are nearly dying up here. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
This is just getting wild. I know.
Mhm.
I don't know what's going on. Like, you see some crazy stuff up here. Like, 4 of us in Bigfoot up here, but you try telling regular people that, and they just don't believe you.
No.
Ichabod looks in and he goes, Bob,
Yeah,
I believe you, Bob.
Oh, God,
I'm with the Forestry Service.
The Forest Service here as well. He's really looking worried now because he knows they're
And
not
I
meant to be
believe
cutting
you.
here.
Now, Bob,
I
you know you're not supposed to be cutting here, Bob. Where are you cutting to? You clearly have someplace you're going. Where are you told to get to?
We're just given coordinates and just told to go in that northwest direction. It's just kind of like we got to head straight towards this certain section of trees. Like, the orders came from the top, apparently. Like, we're not even carting away most of the trunks. And you can see there's big piles of trunks that they're not even being taken away down to be actually processed. They're just being piled up. They're just cutting as fast as they can. It's like I don't know what to tell you. Those are the orders. We follow the orders. Like, I don't do it, I don't get paid.
I'm going to ghost away into the woods and head towards this place that they're cutting towards.
Do you have a light at all? It's very dark. Because, like, sun's kind of gone down now. We can say you've got a torch or something.
I have some candles.
I think it's not unfair to have a torch.
Yeah, no,
like,
you have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just wondering what
I
sort
mean,
of
if
thing
need be,
you
I
want.
will steal one from the site.
Well,
there'd be plenty of torches.
Agent Dad would have probably made sure everyone has torches and
Yeah.
the like for nighttime excursions. So we'll just say you've got like that little one, the one that you like stick on the end of like a key ring, and you're just like, oh, the battery, and then the battery dies after like an hour's worth of use. And you're like, well, what are you for?
You see Ichabod pull out this 2-foot long mag light that he can use as a club as well. He's like, I'm ready, Agent Anderson.
Well, thank you. The light is helpful.
Bob
right,
doesn't know what you're implying right now, but thinks you're intending violence upon him.
Yeah,
Starts to back away.
Ichabod is a third-party contractor that the health and safety
With the
has hired.
Forestry Service.
Exactly. Yeah,
I'm just going to look really sus if I'm stood there with them doing OSHA stuff. So I don't want them to see me at all.
Yeah.
I'm
don't
going to be a
worry about it.
creepy ass forest spirit and disappear into the trees.
Yeah, no, go for it. It's awesome. I just wanted to reply to Ichabod pulling out like a light and menacingly clutching it.
He's like, oh no, Bob, you're okay. This is just a flashlight.
Yeah. Look, we're here for the sake of the protection of the forest here. Got some like centuries old redwoods out here. They gotta be protected. We're here for the safety of the workers. Because power to the people. And frankly, and I'm speaking off the books here. We're here because from the stuff we've heard about this company, it's rotten to the core, and we've not been liking what we've been hearing. So you know what? And this is off the books. Do you wanna share some unflattering secrets? Let's just say I can float them to the top of the pile. If obviously we'll make sure that your men and that are compensated if comes out. We can talk over there if you prefer.
Okay, look. But you got to do me a favor.
All right. Yeah.
You have the power to just shut this down, right? Because you're with OSHA. If you say we gotta stop, we gotta stop.
Yeah, we do. We have that power.
Okay, well, we're getting freaked out up here, but the boss won't let us stop. But if I've got an official at your level saying that we can't cut anymore, then we're going to stop. Okay.
Well, I think it's safe to say that this area
but no
is
matter what
definitely
I
safe
tell
to
you,
work.
that's the deal. You got to tell us we got to shut down.
You gotta shut down. I'm telling you that right now to your face. Everyone hears this. You all gotta shut down. Gotta go home. Gotta hug your, kids, dogs, partners, goldfish if you've got them. Just hug something.
They
Hug
stopped
that
listening after you
barf
said go
fly.
home.
Yeah.
They down tools
We're getting the
before you
fuck
finish that
out of
sentence.
here. I'm tired of seeing that weird ghost.
They're,
that keeps...
they're pretty scared.
40% of them are in the bar by the time you finish the sentence.
You guys, they go to like certain trucks to get out. You realize they don't even jump into cabs to start, and they go straight to under the hood to start reconnecting wires because they know somehow stuff's all been disconnected. Like that shit. They're just in a habit now that they know they have to repair this stuff.
Right.
Bob looks around. He's okay. So this is gonna sound wild, and I don't. You're probably not gonna believe me. Okay, my wife didn't believe me. I don't think Mr. Dirkenwald is human.
That tracks.
Okay. Could you elaborate?
So I had to go into the main office one day,
Right.
and he wasn't really expecting me in there. I went in, it was fine, but I looked away because I don't know why he had his shirt off. He had his shirt off. He's a big guy. He's really imposing. If you've seen Mr. Dirkenwald,
Yeah, like
well, you know how big he is.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And as I looked away, is this picture on the side of his office, and I saw his reflection. But his reflection wasn't his reflection. It was a reflection of something else.
But he did have a reflection.
He did have a reflection.
Not a vampire.
Yeah, that's okay. What was the reflection? Agent Anderson says, slightly concerned now.
It was big. He was still stuck. He was still huge, but he had a really long. Now look, again, you're gonna think I'm crazy. This is what I saw. Okay. Now my granddad grew up in Norway, and he used to tell us stories about trolls.
Oh no. Internally. Like, oh shit, Agent Anderson's like, internally, Agent Anderson's like, no. No.
You see, Ichabod just starts to smile, get a really big smile.
I swear to God, as my witness, that was a troll. And I jumped, and he turned, and I looked around, and then I looked back, and it was fine again in his reflection. But he's strong. I saw him push over a forklift. And the guy said it was the way he caught it on top. It was top heavy at the time. Like, I'm telling you, he just smashed this thing on the side. He was so angry, and it toppled.
Well,
I think it's time that we violate him. I mean, give him his violations, Agent Anderson.
Yes, we will need to take this paperwork to him. It's not to say we don't believe you. Obviously, this shit is a very stressful job, and perhaps it would be best to take a load off. And if you still feel like this is not appropriate, then I would definitely suggest, reaching out, especially if you've been working, like I imagine you've been working really long shifts with, the threat of both.
Well, yeah, and all the stuff going wrong here, it's
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's him. I think that's something else. But
well, look, and he'll put his hand on his shoulder. We'll make sure that you get compensated, that whatever happens to this company doesn't fuck up any of your guys or yourselves' livelihoods, and we'll make sure that the place gets protected and that the town is not turned into a what was it, bio? Like, he's now saying it kind of in a kind of like he knows what it is, but he's trying to be like,
the biomass production.
Yeah, that we'll make sure nothing goes wrong there. All right.
Okay. And he heads over to a truck.
As he's walking away, Ichabod leans in and he goes, "Don't worry, Bob. I've never killed a troll before, but I'm gonna do one tonight.
Okay.
Claps him on the back.
Bob believes you.
Ah,
He hurries up a
I-
bit faster. He's like, I gotta turn off these lights. So like, all the fog lights are gonna go off.
I'd like to do some before we start dealing with trolls, which I have not done yet with my character, and I really should have because it's a big part of the professional. So the professional has a move that all professionals get, which is called deal with the agency. And I should have been doing this because I really should be contacting the agency in a mission. But what I want to do is I would like to talk to oh boy, Stephen, who's in charge of the. I'm just making this shit up on the spot, so apologies for how shit this is going to sound. He's in charge of public relations with the government and finance and big business. So the idea is I'm going to phone. I'm probably going to fail because it's sharp and I have a -1 for sharp.
Okay. Do you need me
But
to
this
be
is the thing I'm
Stephen?
just going to ask you.
Okay.
If
talk
you want,
now.
I can just like do the I can just do the pretend talking to somebody and then we can finish it. Basically, the way it works is I'm calling in a favor, and the favor I'm calling is that the agency will do the behind the scenes stuff to get the company shut down, but not fuck over all the workers. Maybe do a little bit of corporate espionage to make sure the forest gets better protected. You know, just like do evil government shit, but for good.
Yeah,
For
that
once.
makes sense because the town's very dependent on like the economy of the sawmill type of thing. So yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So he wanted to make sure he doesn't like fuck up everything, because everything else we've dealt with, most of the time there's not, well, actually I think all the time we've not risked destroying a town, and I feel like there's one of these situations where we got rid of the big company. Oh, you mean the big company that hires all of us? Oh, yeah, actually that might
we
not be
ruined your
safe.
economy.
Way, yeah, and also I really should be using it more, and I feel guilty if we're gonna just get rid of this boss man and not, you know, put something in its place. So I'm gonna roll. Okay. So I failed. Now it's up to you, Leon, how you want to do this. You could say that I don't get my request and punished, or I get the request, but the punishment is super duper bad. The punishment is always super duper bad when you fail. The agency's pissed off that I'm calling them about this bullshit, which tracks because they're like ranging between low-key evil to like so I'm not gonna like defend that. So yeah, I'll do the thing, like, so I'll phone them up. Hey Stephen.
Yes, this is Stephen.
There.
Yep,
Yep.
I can hear you.
I need
I can hear you, Agent Anson. Yep.
Yeah, I
Yep.
I'm gonna need you to pull oh God, I hate this. I hate phoning Stephen.
Hello, you there,
yeah,
Agent Anderson? I can hear you.
He's probably walked off because he doesn't want to have them hear this stuff. Yeah, look, I need you to do a run on what's the business called?
Dirkdenwald.
Dirkdenwald. Yeah. Okay. I need you to run a line on Dirkdenwald.
Oh, could you spell that for me, please?
Oh.
Sorry, it's just me being a dick.
No, I can't spell that.
Sorry.
He spells it.
Yeah, he does. You're typing away at the other end.
Yeah, we're thinking that it's a troll that's running the business or is influenced in some way. And it looks like we're going to be taken down. We don't know if the troll's going to be captured and brought back. We're not sure. Here's the deal, though. I need the town and the forest in question not affected by it. There's a lot of people here that depend on it. And yeah, ideally, I'd like this to not go south. So I need the agency to do its usual skullduggery bullshit and just make this right as rain once we leave. Can you do that for me, Stephen?
Yep. Okay.
See why they're pissed off. You just called Stephen's entire department skullduggery bullshit department.
Yeah, we all kind of hate each other. Like Agent Anderson's department is like liaison with the supernatural, and they fucking hate, you know, the people that have to work with the big business. We all hate the weirdos who have to deal with, like, I don't know,
Uh,
other stuff. The people that have to deal with the sea stuff they're weird. They got to deal with like the sea serpents and Cthulhu, and they're just very angry, weird people.
Nobody likes the prophecy department.
No, those guys are so uppity. Like, we know what's gonna happen. Oh, do you now? Oh, fucking hell.
So
We know all the lottery numbers, but we're not going to tell you.
in terms of the punishment, do I need to come up with that now, or because I
No,
know how
no.
to say, I know how they're going to manipulate and save the company.
The exact wording is, on a miss, you screwed up. You might be suspended or under investigation or just in the doghouse. You certainly aren't going to get any. Oh, okay. You certainly aren't going to get any help until you sort it all out. So I think that's me. I'm going to have to deal with the troll with these guys. And then they'll be like, cool. Like, it's the same as like failing and manipulate someone. It's like, I'm not believing you. It's just I need you to do something right now, which defeats the point of manipulating me. It's like, oh well, never mind then. Yes, it's the same thing.
Okay, so
cool.
Aggie, how are you traversing through the forests?
Well,
you can kind of quite clearly see the corridor that they're starting to edge out. So
I've started down the corridor and just kind of continued in that direction. I was smart enough to not wear big Heely boots and go for like DMs for this little adventure because we were going out into the woods.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not exactly a creature of a spirit of the forest, so she's probably like snagging her hair and her coat on twigs and stuff and effing and blinding.
So making noise as you go.
Yeah, genuinely considering just blasting a trail through herself, but trying not to do that because that would be impolite.
Okay, so do you want to...
She's kind of deep down expecting to come across like a magic fairy tree.
It's almost like you've run like your own RPG adventures before. Do you want to read a bad situation?
Yes, I do.
I'm a city girl in a forest at night. This is a bad situation.
I scraped a 7 there.
Okay, so that is a pass, isn't it? But
That's barely a pass with one question, which I suppose is going to have to go on to what's my best way in.
So you do... Okay, so I'm trying to wait for what's your best way in. So you're looking around at all the trees in the area.
Hang on, let me just check something before I confirm that for sure, because I've got a -1 on one of my stats. No, it's charm I have a -1 on, not sharp. So we're okay. It is a 7.
Yep. Okay, so what's your best way in? You do notice some of the moss glimmers differently under your torchlight as you go from some of the other trees. There's actually a few of these are actually a lot more sparkly, these trees, than any of the others. The rest of them it's not like a wet sparkle where it's just very, very damp this time of year. There is kind of an odd sheen that catches your eye on like a particular big tree in front of you.
I will turn the torch off and take a candle out of my bag and light that instead. Then just sort of sit down by the big shiny tree with the candle and just sort of screw it into the ground a little bit so that it's natural illumination rather than artificial.
Okay. So you're there. It's very peaceful. You got a few forest sounds off in the distance. Then you notice the light flickers a bit funny from your candle. As you realize your candle is actually being pushed back up out of the ground where you've kind of just sunk it in a little bit. And it's going to go, bloop, and it just sort of falls over. It's still lit.
Catch it before it falls over because I don't want to set fire to the tree because that would be rude.
It's way too wet to go up there. It's fine. And
so can I open my third eye as well with that reading a bad situation and see if there's anything invisible going on?
Yep, that's sure. So you open up your third eye and then you start to realize there's bits of movement around you and kind of like tiny flitting things maybe moving quite fast. But then there's some larger shapes as well. So there are a few that were quite small. And you...
Shit, it legit is a fairy tree.
And then you can see just behind another tree, there's a a larger, more squat figure, probably about up knee high. And it just kind of pokes a head around.
And I should poke my head around to look at him so that he can see that I can see.
And you see he's got tiny little horns. It's quite humanoid. A little bit of a snout.
Hi.
He's actually wearing a medal. Weirdly, he's got half of. How well does Aggie know American medals?
Oh, not in the slightest.
Not in the slightest. He's got half a medal on. Well, it looks a bit like it's been chopped in half. And it pokes its head back around that side of the tree, and then it pokes out the other side.
Poke around that side as well. I know a fairy.
It looks annoyed at the word fairy.
Sorry, I know one
it
of
comes
the
out
fae.
now around the tree to look at you.
I know one of the fae. I'm sorry.
It still looks annoyed at the word fae. Your third eye's not really registering anything magical failure about this. Like, this is like there's magic in the way it works, in the same way that like a unicorn might have magic to it.
Or a satyr. Sorry, Americans call them satyrs, don't they?
Satyr.
Satyr. Yeah, see?
I like the concept that's the same as like mistaking, I don't know, like someone at a job, like mistaking them for another employee kind of thing, where it's like, oh yeah, do you validate parking? It's like, I'm a waiter. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. It's like, do you know what? I'm in the uniform. Like, it's just like, whoa, I'm not a fairy. Come on.
So it's kind of like a weird mix of, you kind of pick up Germanic, but there is also some English in there as well. And it does say the word gremlin.
Gremlins. Yes, the gremlins from the town.
And he kind of gestures like, yeah, it knows the town. But then he gestures like the area, the grove is like its town.
We know about the bad men with the saws coming this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're trying to stop them. So we need you to not be doing things to the town anymore. The townspeople don't want to hurt you.
And he kind of pauses, and you see him wave his hand, and then you're suddenly aware that actually there's an awful lot of them around you. And then they all start to back off.
There's like one bad man, because I don't know he's a troll at this point. Dirkdenwald, and we think he's the one that's trying to get to your tree. But there's a good human who wants to protect your tree.
And he goes, Henry. Henry?
I don't know Henry. Kate?
It knows Kate. And it gestures like very short, like obviously it's short. And it gestures.
So it's thinking of her when she was a kid.
I'm sure Henry is her grandfather.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Yeah.
Oh, that's really sweet. I like that.
Look, she's trying to protect the tree, and we're trying to help. But you can't keep breaking things in town. It's not going to stop them. It's making it worse.
It thinks about it. It's not convinced.
We can stop the logging. We can stop the logging from coming this way. We can put them back where they're supposed to be.
And then it kind of goes like, kind of guessing it can stop the logging.
Yeah, but we want to stop it without hurting the people. The people who are cutting down trees, it's just their job. They don't mean any harm. They don't know about you. They can't see you.
I like the idea that the gremlins are like, oh yeah, to stop the logging. That's why we were fucking everything up in there. Yeah. That's why. It's not like we just enjoy doing it.
We can protect your tree. We can make it a special sacred tree in law.
There's no idea the concept of law. Like, fine, just shrugs, just nods politely. Like,
Protected.
No idea what he's saying. He's saying to these other gremlin mates.
But we need you to stop gremlining the town. And we'll stop the tree cutters coming this way.
He lifts up a finger and says, Ein Tag. One day.
That's a watch. Like 1 hour? No, German. One whole clock.
Yeah.
Whole clock. Okay. 12 or 24?
24. It knows that one.
24 hours. Okay. 24 hours. And you'll get everybody back here.
Yeah. Like thereabouts.
You'll try. Okay, well, we'll try too. Okay,
So
I'll be back, and then bamf, I'm going to finally use those
Jesus.
goddamn angel wings.
Didn't know you could teleport. It's scared. It falls on its ass backwards. You don't see that.
The gremlins are just like, holy shit! Yeah. But like they go, blah, blah, blah.
So while Aggie was off talking to the Gremlins and Agent Anderson was getting Bob squared away, Ichabod gets out his hunter's book, and he start looking through it, trying to find legends for trolls and racking his brain about troll and troll lore. So I want to do an investigate a mystery to see if I can remember anything about troll lore.
Yep.
I love the idea that Ichabod's book is literally just like, you can kill it this way, that way.
That's exactly what it is.
It's just a diagram with like where you can stab them, and it's
a murder book. It's a murder book for monsters.
The Winchester's dad's journal.
Everyone else.
This is a werewolf. You kill it this way.
I got boxcars, so with a +1 sharp, that's a 13.
Cool. Yep, there's very detailed entries on trolls. Very old creatures. People know them. Lots and lots. As you're flicking through, because there's different variations and types of them, but you do find the type Bob described with a very long nose.
Long-nosed, yeah.
It's quite classic because it's kind of part fey, so it doesn't like iron. And you also know fire as well. It's very good and effective against trolls. Is there anything else you want to know about? Because 13 is pretty good.
So I know what can hurt it. What can it do? Like, what special, what can it do to hurt us?
Yeah. It's incredibly strong. Could probably rip you in half if it wanted to try. Yeah. And then there are various types of trolls. So like river trolls, mountain trolls. So some of them might have different abilities based on the climate or region they're from. But that could vary. You wouldn't really know that until you probably get a good look at it.
All right. I think that's pretty much what I needed to know. So he fingers his cold iron enchanted dagger, and he's like, we got this.
I don't obviously will fight that, but I actually find it fascinating that this is like, because like a troll feels to me like very much like a nature spirit itself. So I like the idea that he's gone corporate. He's like, I've gone turncoat. I prefer.
Oh, remember there are two courts.
No, I know. This
is why I didn't mention the courts, because I can't remember whether or not Leopold is actually unseelie or not.
He is, I think.
I think he is as well. So I decided not to mention that, just to be on the safe side.
Yep.
Oh, hey, I know one of you guys. Hey, he's unseelie.
I still can't give that. Hey, we're obviously gremlins. Like, what the hell?
Clearly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were not happy with the movie. There was gross misrepresentation of what they looked like.
That's right. Well, it's like, it's just, the difference between a mogwai and a gremlin, that's really far. So they really screwed that up. But Ichabod goes to Agent Anderson. He's like, so do we have a flamethrower in the Anderson mobile?
No, I don't have a flamethrower. They are not company issued. I could have got a grenade launcher, but they're messy. So
we may need to get some gasoline, detergent, styrofoam, and a little bit of lye.
Okay. Bam! In comes Aggie.
Fuck it. What? Aggie, you gotta. You gotta tell me when you can do shit like that. That fucking okay.
Just testing.
I'm glad that you've expanded your horizons in the magical sense. Okay, well, where did you wander off to?
Okay. Put a hold on your skepticism for a minute. Because I went into the woods and I found a magical fairy tree.
Okay.
Where the gremlins live.
Okay, so it was Gremlins. Cool.
And I've negotiated with the gremlins.
Oh, okay. How have you negotiated with them?
They've given us a day of no pranking, no breaking for us to deal with Dirkdenwald.
Okay.
The guy.
Yeah.
Who they really don't like. And to get the humans away from logging towards their tree. Because that's where this is all going. This whole route thing, this is a direct route to their tree.
Gotcha.
So
hey,
whatever
Aggie.
this is, they're trying to take down that one magic tree.
Aggie, Dirkdenwald's a troll. This is going to get fun.
Sweet. So what? Iron filings and shotgun shells?
Good idea. Fire.
Yeah.
I was thinking we make some napalm.
Yeah.
Just
fire is
spitballing.
good.
Just spitballing here.
Okay.
I don't do fire magic, I'm afraid, but I'll do what I can.
Unfortunately, Agent Anderson doesn't have a flamethrower.
No, I don't carry a flamethrower on my person. However,
to be fair, would you want a flamethrower with Paz in the car?
I don't want Paz in the car. You know me.
Aggie, I'm gonna level with you. I don't think I want a flamethrower with any of you in the car. Honestly, I'm concerned about for various reasons. Okay, here's what we're gonna do.
Do you think Paz would do it with a troll?
Let's not go down those roads, please. While I'm still young, figuratively speaking. Here's what we're gonna do. Ichabod, you can go buy the stuff for flamethrowers. Just take my card. You all steal it on various.
You are letting him build a flamethrower?
Yeah, I'll let him do it. I mean, if he says he can do it, I'm not even.
I'm going to take his temperature with the back of my hand.
I'm quite.
I can do it.
Like I went up against a troll once in my rookie days, and I can tell you now, it was not fun. The person I was with almost had their arm ripped off, and that was not a good way to start your job. Let's just say that.
Oh, arm ripping bad, especially on a first day. I get that.
Yeah, not what you want to experience. Right. Aggie, what I need from you is I need you to this is a separate question now, and I realize this might be really stupid. Where is Dirkdenwald going to be? Is he just going to be like? Are
you asking me?
This out of character? Yeah, I'm saying it's out of character.
He'll probably be at the sawmill.
Is it just really obvious? Okay, yeah, okay.
I don't know. I'm not clairvoyant.
No, I know. I was about to like. You need to track him down, and I realized. Wait a minute. He's like a boss, so he would just be wherever
it's
a boss.
It's a good bet he'd be there, yeah. Or someone there would know where he was.
Okay. What I need from you is I need to know, is there anything you can do that would be able to nullify, or I wasn't there when you fought that unseelie guy that you fought in the dance house, but is there anything you remember doing there outside of Iron Fire that can take it out?
To be fair, Stan, I beat that guy with a dance battle.
Okay, so we've got that in the back pocket. We might be able to dance off a troll. I
don't think the troll will respond to a dance off in the same way that a satyr would.
Okay,
I'm going out on a limb, and I'm guessing that.
That's fine. Okay, then what we'll do is, Ichabod, you grab your flamethrower stuff. We're going to head down there. We're on foot, so it's going to take a while. And then you just meet up with us.
You got it, boss.
Yeah, I don't know if you can make a flamethrower in this game, but I'm excited to see.
He's gonna go down, buy a gas welding outfit and a industrial sized aerosol dispenser. Hook it straight line in with the welder, and there you go. It won't last long, but it'll.
See,
burn
if you
hot.
had to guess which Garblag knew how to make a flamethrower.
Yeah, Yeah, that's there was not even a pause there on how to
Oh no.
To
verbatim.
be
not
fair, in my
saying-
defense, I do know how to make napalm light bulbs. So
And they're useful
Is
too.
there anybody in the call that doesn't know how to make napalm based weapons? I don't.
I accidentally made TNT once, and I fired some plastic explosives.
What? Okay, right. Now we're moving on from here. Everyone's just blowing shit up. Okay then.
So
Right.
Kate has been awkwardly standing near you since you gave
Oh,
the cars
Jesus.
to
We
Ichabod
are
and said,
so
like, go
sorry.
make a flamethrower.
Okay.
Kate.
She's a little bit bewildered.
No,
Yes,
no,
oh my
focus.
God.
Kate, I need you to do something. There's a tree. What's the
Yeah,
protection laws?
there's lots
No,
of them.
like a really, really old tree, like a really special
Most of
tree.
these trees are
Protection
pretty old,
laws.
yeah.
Protection laws. What are the protection laws? I need you to start filing paperwork, restraining orders, self-ownership certificates, all of that crap. Do you not know about the tree that owns itself?
What?
Aggie,
What?
over here. Sorry, Kate. Over here. Yeah. So,
What?
yeah, don't worry. I've got that stuff covered. I've covered that. The agency's going to handle all that
busy.
stuff. I know. Honestly, if I'm throwing down, like they've been paying me bonuses for recruiting new people. If I get a third person, I get a big bonus. No, I'm joking. I'm not joking, but
But we can
I'm
get
not
her
going
to
to
do all the
recruit. I'm
boring
not bringing a
paperwork shit.
third person. Okay, maybe depends if she's interested.
But look, she likes
Uh,
trees. There is a specific tree that really needs protecting. If we can get
I
her to
agree.
start the legal stuff,
Hey, Aggie,
then
I need her to take me into town so I can buy this gear.
Yeah, I was about to say that's something we'll need. We'll talk about it. I'll make sure that the agency liaisons with her and all that. So don't
okay,
worry.
sure, sure.
Okay.
If you,
Oh, and no, it's all right, Aggie. I appreciate it. Also, I'm saying this directly to Aggie, hoping Ichabod's gone. You're not allowed to tell people that I was nice because that will get you killed in this business. I'm a mean, horrible person. Okay.
I will keep your secret if you don't tell Paz that I got excited over a fairy tree.
That's absolutely fine. I honestly thought it was because you burned her CDs with your stuff, but that's fine. I'm happy to.
And as Ichabod's walking away with Kate, he's like, "So, Kate, you ever been on a troll hunt before?"
Well, looks like we are recruiting her.
I just cover for Aggie and Agent Anson. There is a spare Dirkdenwald pickup, so if you wanted to split up, you could drive yourselves down separately in that one.
Well, I'm happy to just let.
Well, we might as well go and
stuff.
keep eyes on the sawmill.
Yeah, we'll stake out.
So, Ichabod, did you want to continue your conversation with Kate, or are you happy to?
Oh no, sure. Well, I mean,
drive
I'm
into
okay with
town
letting
and-
it go. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Okay, so you guys are going to drive into town, and you'll be able to get the supplies that you need. You do notice as you're driving down there, though, there aren't really any broken down cars anymore. Like the chaos that have been going on actually seems to have stopped, and stuff that like you do notice like the cars are gone, so it's almost like they've started working again as well. So it's
See that, Kate? That's because Aggie convinced the Gremlins to leave your town alone until we kill the troll. That's a mighty fine day to be an American.
so I'm just trying to work out how to start unpacking that. Let's start with
just
the
like-
Gremlins.
Oh yeah, Gremlins. They're I've never faced Gremlins before, but apparently they're one of the Fey races, one of the courts. I don't know. You have to ask Leopold about that shit. But I'm not talking to that monster. But apparently they were pissed off because you were trying to cut down their sacred tree or some shit like that. I don't know. But they're stopped for one day as long as we kill the troll.
Paz, this is kind of ringing a bell with her. Like she's got a little like what do the Gremlins look like? They like with the
I
little
don't know.
horns?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Aggie. She was the one who talked to them before she, did her hoodoo voodoo bullshit and teleported. I don't.
So she stops thinking about the troll thing because she's basically kind of trying to. She's got odd memories or dreams or something. She feels like she actually knows what gremlins are, but she can't quite place it. But she knows it's something connected with her granddad, and she's like, that's a bit odd. So she's kind of forgot a bit. She's kind of happy if you're going in to take out Dirkdenwald because she hates that fucking guy.
Well, that's fantastic. So let's get this flamethrower built. You can drive me over to his house and we can take care of it. Or the sawmill. Wherever.
He'll probably be at the sawmill this time of day.
We need to make Ichabod our PR guy. Not for any practical reason, just because.
It's just the straightforwardness of it. I think just catches people off guard. It's just like there's no
100%.
hesitation.
It's been catching me off guard all evening, and I've had like 4 games with him. So, oh, it's amazing. Okay.
Okay, so are you all in the car together? Sorry, or did you go separately, Anderson and
Yeah, we're just. I mean, unless Aki's wants to do anything, we're just gonna wait for when.
I'm happy to stake out with you.
Yeah, we're just. I mean, obviously, if you're like, oh, there are tons of bad guys with like machine guns roaming around or anything.
No, it's a sawmill.
No, I mean, under those circumstances, yeah, then it's time to get down and dirty with the entropy blasts. But
yeah, exactly. But no, I know. I was just
the entrance of the sawmill. There's like a gate that's back, and then just like a barrier down with a little guard hut, and there's a guy in there, clipboard, little TV, bored, kind of cold.
I was actually kind of tempted to like. No, it won't cause a distraction.
And there's
we'll wait for it.
I'm just going to drop my other clue because it doesn't matter now because we know what's going on. Outside the signs is like Dirkdenwald supports local high school team, the Kingston Falls Gizmos.
Oh,
Gizmos.
okay, I like that. Yeah.
That's nice. That's fun.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's
Very
a little like robot person with a big key. That's what their mascot looks like. But yeah, no, it looks kind of quiet in there. You've got like odd truck picking up logs, moving them over to like the sorter. There's a crane, but that's not actually in operation right now because it looks like it's kind of broken, and it's not quite worked. And there's a sign that did say no accidents in like 0 days, but it's fallen over and collapsed on top of a car in the car park and crushed it.
Always a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's. Oh, excuse me. Oh. I think that's. Yeah, we'll just wait for Ichabod to show up, and then we're just. I mean, obviously, that's the one thing I will say. If we do see any like people milling about, I know it's late, but we don't want them caught in the crossfire.
Yeah. Well, as you're there, you actually just see a lot of cars leaving because someone told them all to stop operations.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Woo!
So. As you're there, you're seeing like this must be clocking out time because you're seeing car after car file out and truck just driving out.
Yeah, we'll just hang back in the car park.
Yeah, so it's basically pretty much empty. There's a couple of cars left over, guards still in the guard hut, and there's a building kind of in the center. So the sawmill's kind of underneath it's underneath a bridge. So there's a bridge over one side and there's offices kind of situated under the bridge, but the sawmill operation itself goes around the outside. So you've got like the logs come in and then they're debarked and then they're cut into planks and then the planks go into a big kiln and then all the sawdust bit that comes from like the debarking and the cutting goes off to this pellet production place. Just showing off that I spent half hour watching logging videos on YouTube.
I love it.
It's impressive.
And the office is in the center. It's just a big
we're
building.
just gonna wait until Ichabod shows up, and then we're just gonna go in and blazing.
Then okay, so Ichabod.
He's having his 18 montage.
Yep.
Comes out. He's got these. He's converted this carryall, this welding carryall, into a backpack. And so you've got these big these big pressurized canisters over it, and you've got this inline pressure vessel. And he's like, "All right, I'm ready."
Wow, I really thought you were going to come back with like a squirt gun, but
it's Aaron.
Come on, Aggie,
went all the way.
Oh, and Agent Anderson. Here's your card back. It costs $1,700 for the rig and the modifications, but you're the government, right?
Oh my God, you win.
Yeah. Wait, if you guys having a competition, see how much you can spend on my card. You know what? We're not gonna
how in the hell am I going to top that?
Oh,
no way, kid. No way.
Well, I guess now I'm.
This is like that one time that Leopold bought a shirt.
Wait, what? Well, when did you...
Oh yeah, that was
When was
expensive.
that? Wait, do you guys go on shopping trips while I'm off duty?
Sure.
No,
yeah.
we go on shopping trips when you're on duty.
Yeah, but when we're not on duty with you, we all have your
Oh,
card.
of course. Yeah, naturally. Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Well, I'll be talking to all of you next week. Anyway, let's go deal with this troll. So yeah, we're just gonna is the guard still there?
Yeah,
at
he's
the gate.
in his hut looking bored. He's probably like just
Coolio.
24 hour on
I'm gonna
duty.
hand
It's kind of
the
a
assault-
fence around the outside and the
I'm gonna
logs.
hand the- Oh, sorry.
I say just sort of all stacked up around the inside of the fence. It's
I'm
quite
gonna
a big area.
I'm gonna hand the assault rifle to Ichabod just for a moment. I'm gonna go over to the guy, flash the badge away, and go, hey there, yeah, see, we're here to do the cleaning. I know it's a bit awkward with the suit and all, but I've got like a job interview, really weird, late night. Semantics, I need you to just go, like, take, like, while we clean in here and in there and all this kind of stuff. Is that okay?
You're gonna have to manipulate a person.
Yeah, that's okay. That's
Because he's
not
never had a
problem.
cleaner ask him to clean his guard booth before. He looks like
In
all
a
the
suit.
mud and everything's in the bottom of this thing.
Oh my god, that's another. That's an 11.
Okay. But he's like, well, everyone else got to go home. So
Exactly. Yeah, you know what? You take the day off. Just go. You finish early. I'll fill in. Like, fuck it. You know.
yeah.
Don't worry about it. No.
He's like, whatever. He's like, he's heard some stuff going on today. Everyone's left. Like, this is unusual. The whole planet is shut down. This is not normal. Like, why am I even guarding this place?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Don't
he's
worry
like,
about it. I'll be here.
Yeah,
Don't
sure,
worry about
buddy.
it.
I'm off. So he
Yeah. Okay.
goes off, gets in.
Yep.
He's got a bike, shoots off.
Oh, lovely. Okay. And then I'll gesture the two of you guys to follow, and then I'll take my assault rifle back. Hope because he should be the only guard.
So you got
Seriously,
the,
though, you might want to swap that out for a shotgun with like iron filings.
Yeah, no, you know what? I may have given the shotgun to the person we hired last week, and she's not giving me it back.
You gave Sharon the shotgun. Oh
I
wait, I don't know
did.
about Sharon because I wasn't there because
know
I was
you weren't
running
there.
that game. So
Oh,
Aggie
come
doesn't
on.
know
We
Sharon.
probably no.
would've-
Come on.
we'd have
I
told you about
probably yeah, and I imagine Sharon would have showed up at some point. You on one of my on-hour fucking shopping trips. Oh, come on, Sharon. Is this normal? Ah, yeah. We don't give a shit. You want to buy a tank? Yeah.
Ooh, a
so-
new contender enters the ring.
I come back to the place, tank out from what the fuck? But yeah, we're
so the only lights on are in the main office. And it's quite
Ichabod's
obvious.
already walking that way. you
Yeah.
know. He's got that in that 18 moment. You know, he's like.
yeah, game. We'll let Ichabod go front for this one.
Going in through the doors, it's looking pretty empty. You've got like a foyer reception desk there and then a staircase heading on up. You're pretty sure the lights you saw on were at top at the back.
He starts walking up the stairs.
So you head on up there, and there's a small man comes out of an office, suit, looks at you. He's like, "You're holding a gun, aren't you?"
Oh no, I've got this flamethrower
Oh, you-
in my hands.
Much different. So much different.
So yeah, he's not sure that that's a flamethrower because he's not seen one of those before. They could probably think it's like some sort of weird pesticide spraying.
Yeah,
he's like-
but H. Anderson's carrying a gun, and we're behind.
Are you just behind him?
Oh yeah, no. Like when I said he's going in front, I mean like
Oh,
a
just
couple
in front.
steps ahead.
Yeah.
Not like we're not just leaving him alone.
So he
kind of
starts to
thing.
say then, "Can I help you?" And then he kind of clocks you with a gun, and then he's a bit unsure.
We're with the agency. We're here to see Duncan Volt.
He just puts
He's
his
been
hand-
committing tax. Yeah, he's committing
just
tax
points.
frauds. Yeah.
because he knows all the stuff that's been going on in the town, and he just thinks you're eco terrorists.
Yeah,
It's like, I'm just an accountant.
Yeah, don't worry. I would leave though.
The double doors at the
Yeah.
end of the corridor.
By the way, if you've been cooking the books, I'd leave quicker just because we're dealing with him. But you know,
He runs
the
quick.
government takes tax evasion really seriously. So just
Okay.
Why do I keep making up lies when people are just gonna leave? I don't know. I'm having
Yeah,
trouble.
you guys just meant that I can't blow that guy out the window.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Totally what was coming.
No,
But no, you've let him run away.
we have let
Fine.
him run away. It's fine.
So there's double doors at the end of the corridor. Can't see on the other side, and they're kind of solids.
Ichabod goes up and opens the double doors,
Just straight in.
walks in.
You can see Dirk Den Vold standing at the far end of his office. So it's quite a large room, very wide space, big desk at the far end. He's on the other side of his desk. He's not sat in his chair. He's kind of looking out of his window across the yard there. He's very tall. He's like 6'6", 6'7". Very, very stocky as well.
Ichabod says,
In a suit. Got a massive cigar.
Ichabod says, "Troll, you're in violation of the federal regulations of the control of supernatural creatures. 66 CFR 5555. Surrender yourself for prosecution." Did I do that right, Agent Anderson?
Yeah.
As you turn to look back at Agent
Goddamn.
Anderson, he throws the chair at you across the room.
It's so
Oh
weird.
shit. Yeah, no, goddamn! You actually read. I think you're the first person I've ever worked with who's
I will
read
explode the
character.
chair with necrotic energy. Entropic energy, not necrotic energy. My bad.
Are you rolling protect someone though? 'Cause
Yes.
So it's a
okay.
protection action. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for
When you
everyone
protect
watching,
someone,
this is where
gain
Nye
2
helps
armor
Leon with
against
bits
any
of the
harm
game.
that is
Yes.
transferred.
So the usual rule is that either you state that you're going to do it, but basically it'll just mean that when we're doing the turn order, we just skip Aggie because Aggie's used the turn in the combat in this round to counteract the protect someone. Yeah.
Can I roll plus weird since I'm using a spell to do it?
Yeah, that would make sense to me, I think.
Because usually it would be tough, but I'm not like
What do you
interposing
think, Nate?
myself. I'm interposing.
is
It
it
kind
normally
of depends
against?
because the way combat is supposed to work is it's typically between it's a binary thing. It's between the person that's doing it. So
Okay,
let's
so
say
I'm still rolling
Aaron-
tough.
Yeah, it would still be tough.
That's okay. I have 0 in tough,
So,
but because it's a shield spell, I do get 2 armor against any harm transferred.
and Agent Anderson has a reroll.
So that
Oh, yeah, I
is
see that.
an 8.
So that succeeds, but you take harm?
So I explode the desk as it comes flying towards Ichabod.
But like the shrapnel.
Yeah, so the shrapnel, basically, the chair, goes through and hits you. So that'd be 1 harm?
So it's no harm because the shield spell gives me 2 armor.
Oh, okay.
So before those
So it
bits of
pings
wood
off
can
the
get
shield.
to me, they're kind of disintegrating because of the entropy that I pumped into them.
Ping, 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 ping. They ping all over the place. Nye, question for you then on...
Yep.
I didn't realise there was a turn order. I don't remember reading anything on that one.
It's
So-
pretty loosey goosey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
It's
just
not a
as people
strict
take their
turn
actions?
order, is it?
Yeah. It's just to stop because I was actually quite guilty for it in the first game we did this with Lewis. I just was rolling protect someone for literally everyone.
Yeah.
And if you're doing that and you've got a character like Anderson who's got good tough and has armor,
Yeah.
it basically means the enemy can attack. So that's and I
That's
talked
that,
with other I talked with my other GMs about it, and they were like, yeah, just if you're doing protect someone, that's that person's like thing.
Turn.
Yeah.
And I would assume, unless because I don't know what the troll can do, I would assume he's used his turn.
Yeah. To
Or-
throw him.
Now Ichabod and me can go, and then it'll be back to the 4 of us. doing
Yeah.
Stuff. At least if you're cool with
So,
that.
so I would say it's Agent Anderson because Ichabod uses them to quote a rule book, which gave the troll the
That's-
opportunity
yeah.
to throw a chair at him.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That's fair. But yeah, it's not like an initiative thing. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, just
So,
keep an eye so that
thematic,
people
yeah.
don't miss their turns. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. And just so everyone gets to do something. Yeah, so he's just gonna shoot because, like, I mean,
I mean, you
I
called his
don't
bluff
know
pretty
if-
quick.
I'm quite impressed that he just didn't even try to like monologue us. He just went, nah, fuck you. I know who you guys are.
Table flip.
Trolls.
Exactly.
Very angry.
Yeah, he's probably not going to try and do the capture stuff right now he would like to arrest him because that looks better on paperwork. But I imagine trolls are quite tough. So I don't think a light peppering of bullets is going to upset him that much or make things worse. Who knows? Right, I'm going to roll tough or to kick some ass.
Just kicking some ass.
Oh my lord, why is this the game that I'm rolling well? That's a 6 and a 5 plus my 3 is like fucking
Nice.
11, 12, 13. That's 14 for kick some ass.
Okay, so what's the harm on that, and what do you want as your extra effect?
You know what? Because I imagine we're probably going to kick off. So it's 3 harm. It's also loud, but we cleared the place. So I don't think that's going to be too bad. And you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do the extra damage. So like crippling harm or whatever. So that's an extra 1 on top. So it's 4 harm in one go.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. So he shields himself up with his hand. He's just firing it, bang, bang. You see the shots going in. And right now he looks like a guy, Mr. Dugdenwald. He's very, very tall, bald, huge. He seems to have a scar on his right side. And then you see basically like, it's almost like, it's almost like gossamer wings kind of dropping.
Oh.
But it's like a veil coming off. There aren't actually wings, but it's that kind of sheen to, like a fly's wings.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like kind of like a transparency, and it just kind of like slides off as like the glamour drops, and then you just suddenly see like it's a troll.
A big troll, yeah. Oh boy.
It's big, rounded shoulders, kind of scraggly hair, very, very long nose. It doesn't actually have a cigar anymore. That was also part of the glamour. And it's kind of like you see this sort of very smoggy kind of smoke coming out of his nostrils, kind of very, very grey. As he shields himself, and bang, 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 and the bullets go down. You pepper him with shots.
Yeah, that'll be Anderson's go. I mean, you might say something along the lines of surrender or like the jig is up, but like that's just perfunctory because I imagine he's going to be like, "No, fuck you! You just shot me."
Of course.
Asshole.
Yeah, someone burst in saying, "I know you're a troll," and he starts shooting at him.
Yeah.
Agent Anderson, what's your next move?
Oh,
this is going to be this might be quite
Ichabod?
anticlimactic. I'll be honest. Go for it.
So I will. So Ichabod goes, I tried to do this the nice way, and then he just opens up with the flamethrower.
Okay.
So that'll be kick some ass.
So you kick some ass as well. Oh, were you meant to take damage, Agent Anderson, when you attack?
Not
on that
on a
roll.
14.
No.
No, I mean, no, I don't think
Cool.
so. I think.
Oh no, only if you take that as your advance.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. If it helps, also because I know that Ichabod's about to fuck up this guy with the flamethrower. If it helps, I can remove that 1 extra damage and say I don't take damage, and that can just be a nice, like, so I didn't take damage, but I didn't do as much damage. I think that's a fairer way to do it. No, it's the rules. That was my fault.
Yeah, sorry, because I'm learning as well.
No, that's
Sorry.
my bad. I should have kept note of that, and I'd rather not take damage and not just decimate.
Otherwise, it wouldn't have been
guy.
+1 now. It would have been double normal harm.
Oh well, that's good because I would have been 6 then.
Okay.
Which would have been
That's
bad.
a lot of harm.
Yeah, that kills somebody.
Ichabod, you got the so your flame is on.
Yeah, just
And you just
and
jet flames across, kick some ass. You see the troll starts to try to duck.
I rolled a 9, which with my toughness is a dirty 12.
Oh my lord.
Nice.
So
we haven't determined a harm for the flamethrower, but what I'm going to say is he's on fire. So now you've kind of activated his weakness.
You could go for 3 or 4. It depends on what you want to do. If we were actually specking out as a weapon, I would probably give it something like close area or something. Obviously you can't hit far with it, and definitely messy.
Yeah, definitely close, messy. 3 is what I was guessing.
3. Yeah.
Cool. I'm happy with that.
So I will. I will do the 3 and suffer no harm.
Yeah, I was about to say, you have a homemade flamethrower.
Yeah. I don't want to burn myself up.
So is that what messy would do? Is that you would take harm from it being so?
No, it's just area
No.
Oh, it's area
It's-
effect.
well, yeah. So like, it's supposed to. We don't really like. I've not met a lot of games that actually do this sort of stuff, but there are meant to be downsides to certain weapons. So like, loud means that you'll attract attention. I think messy means that
Messy is really hard to hide the fact that it was
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
You got to
So, like,
cleanup is a pain.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. There's also reload.
Okay, so as the flamethrowers going, you see like the varnish on the desk starts to like melt off and warp. Some books catch fire on a bookshelf that's in the corner. Doesn't look anything too serious. The troll just starts screeching, going. He's going to turn and he's going to jump out the window. That's on the other side of the office.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So he's still kind of flailing, kind of burning. And he jumps and he smashes through the glass and just kind of tumbles. It doesn't look graceful. It looks like something horribly in pain on fire falling out of a window.
Okay.
Aggie, do you want to do anything just as he's falling? Because you'll be able to react.
Yeah, I think I might follow him up with a blast of entropy. Big swirling handful of like roiling dark green energy and just like straight out the window at him.
In the back. Oh, starting to feel sorry for this troll.
Oh, you definitely want to feel sorry for him because
Yeah.
that's a double 6 on a use magic.
We'll
which
probably ask him does he want to be arrested question after this.
it's
feel.
15 to hit him
You got 15. Okay.
on use magic. So
Isn't your
there's
spell
no
one of your
glitches.
moves, isn't
It does 3 harm, messy, obvious, close, loud. Sorry, magic is really messy.
it? Yeah. Yeah, especially with all those rolls.
It's
So,
very noticeable.
I mean,
yeah.
you know you hit him, and you
Oh,
know
yeah.
you hit him hard, but obviously he was
I think-
already travelling through the window.
It's a good job no one else is around because they would have known that we'd hit him as well.
Yeah. So
Um,
the
so-
fire alarms go off in the building as well, by the way. I forgot to say that.
Yeah, that's fair. We'll
The
probably have to
effect I
leave.
want to use on that is that it traps him. So like these
Oh.
coils of entropy wrap around him and
Okay.
weaken him so that he can't get free. I have to take a glitch, except the advantage is there's some added benefit. So can the added benefit be there is no glitch?
I mean, at this point, you've already got him. Okay, so no.
Oh, what if it makes it start raining, but the benefit is he's put out?
That's a significant one. Glitches are the effect is weakened, effect
Yeah,
is short
the rain's
duration.
not going to do anything to us.
I
Yeah.
take harm,
I don't know.
draws immediate unwelcome attention, or
I'd say
has
it's a problematic side effect, which I guess Ichabod would probably say putting the fire out is a problematic side effect.
That would be problematic. Yeah.
I don't know. If it has to be beneficial afterwards,
Yeah.
then that's why I was like, yeah, I don't know, just make it rain.
So this green.
But yeah,
burst of
I then
energy
need an
kinda
additional
hits him.
benefit for the roll.
Oh.
So we could add another effect if you want.
He can't run away because it's muddy. I don't
Do you want longer duration on the trapment?
Yes. That works.
So as the green blast like smashes into him, you can see it kind of bursts out into like vines and entangles as he's falling out the window. And the scream sort of stops short as he goes smashing out. And as the sprinkler system is kind of spraying itself out of the window, and you can see kind of smouldering smoke coming up out the other side. You don't hear any movement.
Is he, for context, is he dead, or is he just like?
No, so he's
incapacitated?
basically a very, very bad. So he's not doing anything anymore. So,
Okay.
The burning kind of stops the regeneration. So you would be able to go down and kill him if you wanted to now.
No, I don't. Nye is saying I don't. I feel
Yeah,
bad,
but
now,
he is
like,
completely
we fucked him up really
incapacitated.
badly, yeah.
Yeah, he's not had his ass handed to him like that before.
Well, Agent Anderson, it looks like we actually bagged one alive this time. You should get a promotion for this.
I think with all the stunts I've pulled recently, and with calling in the favor to get the forest protected. I mean, I don't know who said that. I didn't say that. Then yeah, I'm probably gonna get demoted at this rate, but who cares? I'm already at the bottom. I can't go much further down. Yeah, but we're gonna bag him and pop him in the truck, and yeah, I think we'll take him to the well, where they handle this stuff. Because if he is, did you say? Yeah, we did establish he's a Fey troll, isn't he? Like, so he might have connections to the Unseelie or Seelie courts,
Yep.
which
he's,
is supernatural politics stuff that is way above Anderson's pay grade. So that's hand it over to the people that got to deal with that shit. That's their problem now, and they're not gonna like me. But who cares?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you've got stuff like iron handcuffs and things, so you're able to shackle
Oh
him.
yeah.
You transport him.
Plus, I can sit in the back and just continually chant and wrap him up in
well,
various weakening things.
and if you said the trapping thing is like longevity, we could just like argue that it lasts as long as we need it to. It's a 6-hour drive. Oh Jesus. Okay, well I can keep it up for 5.
And I've
last
got a
hour's gonna be a
chance
bit
for the
wild.
entire duration.
You do find as you've got back to the Anderson mobile, because I'm guessing you're going to change pickup trucks. Oh yeah, and Kate's there, so she's a bit flabbergasted at the whole.
Yeah, Kate just.
She was waiting outside. She didn't come in with you. She was.
Oh Jesus Christ! Okay.
Hey Kate, this is the troll.
Yeah.
He's under arrest now.
That's Dirkdenwald.
What? Same potato.
She runs over and just starts kicking him.
Okay, yeah, that's, you know what? Yeah, actually, fair enough.
Like,
just don't
kill my grandfather.
Oh, that's a good point. Is he conscious enough to answer that question? Because like that, I need to write that down if he did kill somebody.
Was
You want
your
to
grandfather
interrogate?
called Harry?
Well, I'm not interrogating him. I'm just like, hey man, like it'll be easier in the paperwork. Did you?
He's a very
knock
angry
someone
troll.
on?
He's not going to answer you.
Fair enough. You know what? That's fair enough. Aggie, just pop him in the back. It's
Just pop him in the back. Probably going to take all of you to manhandle him.
Oh yeah, totally.
Ichabod turns back to Kate as they shut the door, and he's like, "Next time, kicking doesn't really work. Cold iron." He pulls out his enchanted dagger, and he's like, "Something like this. That's what you got to go after a troll with, or the flamethrower." By the way, thanks for helping me get that put together.
Are there any more of them here?
I don't think so.
Kate, was your grandfather called Harry?
Henry.
Henry. That was the one.
No, I like it better that Agnes is like Harry.
Yeah, no, it
what's
works
Henry?
better.
That one, yeah.
Henry. Yeah, it seems like the gremlins in the woods knew him and liked him, and they remember you as well.
Oh, he was. I mean, he kind of had these strange stories, but I just thought he just kind of made them up as I was a kid.
Okay.
And if you go out there, they'll listen to you.
Okay. Kate, I'm giving you this card. I'm not recruiting you, okay? I'm just giving you the card. You can phone me. I'm gonna phone you because a bunch of people in suits like this are gonna show up, and they're going to, surprisingly, if possible, have a worse bedside manner than me. So
You're with the Forest
giving you-
Service.
I was also OSHA. I was also a cleaner today. I have worn a lot of hats in one day.
Do I
More than I
look
think I have.
like the Forestry Service?
Yeah. Where?
I just thought it was like bring your daughter to work day.
Oh God! I don't even
I'm
know
just
what
going to
that-
look at the two of them and be like, "Ugh."
Yeah, we would be the worst parents. Anyway, moving along. Yeah. If anything comes up, just phone me. If they give you a hassle, I mean, I can phone, but they'll probably want to talk to you and like some of the town officials and things like that.
Okay.
Words of caution: if they do cause any fuss, you're not going to be in super trouble if you fuck with their stuff, but don't get caught. Just saying, if they give you any hassle, the types that wear suits like me, they'll say they're from the agency. Just saying.
Okay.
If you do mess with them slightly, that's not a bad thing.
Right.
They're a bit they have sticks up their arse. So.
Okay. She's still looking at like the flamethrower and the guns and thinking like, I'm probably not gonna
Yeah, don't do that.
try
actually.
and
They
fuck
have
around with the
yeah.
agency, whoever they turn up
Yeah.
like.
Just do the paperwork thing, get the woods protected, make sure that nobody goes out logging in that direction again, and everything should stay fine. If anybody does start heading out that way again, it's going to get messy again.
Yeah, call us and we'll come down and help.
Okay.
Or if the gremlins need any help,
Just,
you can call for them. Don't bring them to my place, please.
Yeah, she's a bit overwhelmed, but is thankful, and it also gives you her card
I've
for the
decided
Green
to take
Defenders.
Ichabod's method to it. Just be completely frank and transparent. Yeah.
And after Agent Anderson turns around, Ichabod pulls out of his jacket an illegally printed classified copy of the Code of Federal Regulations for Supernatural Management, and he puts it in her hand. He says, "Read it, Kate. Read all of it. We'll be in touch."
Well, maybe we are recruiting you and the entire Green Defenders. We're just going to end up like, "Hi, President of the United States, we're recruiting you to the agency."
So she drives you back to the Andersonmobile. You are able to coerce the troll into a glamour enough that people see that Dirkdenvold, to them, is arrested as you bundle him into the back of the Andersonmobile. And you clamber in and you drive away out of town. And on your way up, as you're further out, camera zooms in on your license plate, and we just see a tiny little person, little humanoid figure on the rear bumper plate. He just starts fiddling with your license plate, and then your license plate falls off the car.
I was about to say, if you have a bunch of gremlins hiding under going, I'm going to be like, no!
I will name them and keep them and bring them like bread and milk and sweets.
I know. That's the worst part. Like, just imagine the apartment he has for you, which is now going to be a whole block at this rate. It's just filled with like, okay, who invited the cat Sith? There's just like some bipedal cat going, yeah, fuck you. I'm like, oh God, there's a unicorn in the bathroom. And Bigfoot has visited with a pizza. Okay, right, well, I think this is our life now.
Grand. It's the end of Fell Deeds. Forgot the name of it then. Thank you for joining us. This is Garblag Games. We've been playing Monster of the Week. Ben, do you know what's coming up on the schedule for Garblag? Because I forgot to check.
Things.
Tuesday.
Tuesday we've got
Runes and Roads, or Roads and Runes.
Roads and Ruins.
Pathfinder.
Wednesday's Lex Arcana.
Lex Arcana. Thursday is Dune and Acton Cthulhu. And then next Friday is possibly some more Monster of the Week. Who knows or dares to dream? It will kind of depend. The Star Wars schedule is currently ramping back up to fly back in and save the day. So once we know what day Star Wars is going to be on, that will be coming back. But we'll probably have a bit more Monster of the Week next week. Yeah.
But
that's the schedule for Garblag.
Nye, do you have anything to plug?
No, I don't have anything to plug. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine. People will find me somehow.
Yeah.
They'll throw a pigeon at me. Not send a message, but just throw a pigeon.
Just
at
throw
me.
a pigeon.
Literally. You ever seen I throw an actual pigeon?
Oh, please don't. That poor pigeon.
It keeps getting thrown at night. It's the same pigeon.
Same one every time.
I will say this was a really awesome game, Leon, and it was
so
much.
Oh,
fun.
thank you.
I actually kind of like that the combat was the smallest part. We spent most of it as like, oh, here's the troll. Oh God, you guys are awesome.
Yeah, I should have. I was reading it's going like, 14's really high. So I better not give it that much health. It's like, I'll give it one armor, I guess. So okay, boss is tougher next time.
Yeah, and then in we swing with our flamethrowers and our entropic magic and our assault rifles.
It does also make sense. He is basically a CEO. Like I don't imagine he would have trained as a kind of combat troll. He's like, no, I just sit around and like eat pastries. I don't know. I don't know what CEOs do.
Yeah.
but,
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Oh, cool. Thank
it
you
was
very much.
awesome. Yeah,
That's
thank you,
that's
Liam.
my first urban horror fantasy troll fight, and I loved every minute of it.
Now suddenly all the campaigns going to have them, and Aaron's like, I've got to decide which one is the
You have
best.
to have one where you
Yeah.
get in a boxing ring with it or something, so we
Well,
level
you
the
know.
playing field.
I fought some D&D and Pathfinder trolls and some Warhammer Fantasy role play trolls, but I've never fought a
Troll connoisseur. Yeah.
and I
Troll
loved it.
connoisseur.
Brilliant.
then.
Right. Well,
Okay.
thank you very much for joining us this evening on Garblag Games. We're back next week. Have your people call our people, or join us on Discord, YouTube, Patreon, or any of those other handy dandy little side gigs that we've got going on so that you can see what's what. And we've just gone past 4,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is excellent. Really good numbers. Really pleased to see it. So yeah, keep it coming, and we'll see you on the flip side.
Right.
Bye-bye.